Yes. Okay, you fucked it. Yo, okay, hello, we are live. One sec, hold on a minute. We are live. Welcome everyone. Rise above. What's up, mate? Big up Fluid Poor Patriot. Big up Larry. Big up Butch Clark. Hang tight Kyle. Tony Benu. Yahoo. We are live. Let us know how we're sounding before we start getting down to anything.
Friday night, guys.
Friday night. Hi. Hello, Sarah Jane. Hello, 108 Dragon. Big up Paul Atkinson. Old school. As you can see, I've got Andy in the studio.
Evening, everyone. Evening. We've got some beers.
We've got some beers
tonight.
Cheers, everyone. It's Friday night. Rise above.
We're just gonna wait a little bit before we go in. Let a few more people get involved.
We've got a few things to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna go in on a few things. As some of you might know, me and Lance have both been deplatformed, along with our good mate Jacob, who I don't think Facebook's been taken too kindly to what we've been putting out, information or truth-wise.
Big up QZ Divine Nature. So much love for you as well, mate. Big ups to everyone that's supporting the channel. Rise above. We're not taken down off YouTube yet, but like Andy was saying, we both got our main Facebook accounts deleted yesterday, suspended permanently.
Like no question, no, can't be reviewed, can't be reversed.
Yeah, well, we've tried to review it a couple of times, and basically 22 people tuned in. Big up, hang tight, everyone. Sounds good. Thank you, 108 Dragon 14. Big up Sarah Jane, Crash Bang Wallop, and Juliana. Hello, everyone. Hello, Lance and Andy. So, yeah, I'm back up on Facebook. My account is Lance L. Murdoch with a H. Andy, you've just done the same name again, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just got Andy Sheldrake back on Facebook. I've only started getting a few of my friends back up. But hopefully I've got, we just get this information shared and just start back again. We'll start up a new Facebook group as well, get everyone involved with that, and just, we'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. What we want to do is start migrating people over to other platforms. Holler from Lanzarote. Let's hear some fire. Big up Loraz F. Besness. Keep up the good work, fella. Thank you very much. Yes, all those that are speaking are being removed and censored. Yeah, so me and Andy, we take it as a badge of honor.
Yeah, I'm going to wear that like a badge of honor. It did actually make me chuckle a little bit. I was chatting to Jacob last night, just late, and then and he said it did make him smile a bit as well. So all three of us have been deplatformed. All the admins of the cognitive dissidence page that we had. Lance has lost his fucking Combat Sports MC page.
Like my Combat Sports MC page with all of the videos on it. 2,500 followers or likes or whatever. Come to America, Florida, and smoke a J with me, mate. I spent a lot of time in Florida. I lived in Fort Lauderdale, so yeah, I'd love to come back. I'd love to come and live in Trump's America. That's going to trigger people.
Parts of it.
Yeah, parts of it. Red states only. So happy we found you today. You give us so much hope. I hope so. I was speaking to one of my friends that I met in Asia. He's one of my Asia friends. He's actually from London, Dan. And he said today that he's been sharing the COVID 1984 videos with his parents and trying to wake them up. And he said it's working. Started on episode 1, Why Fake the Deaths. Then episode 2, Vidi 2020. It's designed like that. It's like a stage program to wake people up. So that's heartwarming, yeah. He's woken his parents up using my videos. So that's banging. So, yeah, like I said, Andy's been deplatformed too. We feel for Jacob. Jacob wasn't really quite as vocal as we were on Facebook, but he was unfortunately also the admin of Cognitive Dissidence Group, and we all got deleted instantly.
Systematically at the same time as well. Yeah, it was all around about the same time.
How many people we've got? Oh, we've got 30 people tuned in. Right, let's do a little screen grab.
Yeah.
Like that. So the YouTube is still up. For now.
For now.
For now. Okay. I'm still posting on there. I've got a new video I put up today, which was this is important. I recommend everyone watches this because what it is in this speech I did, it's sort of like a do's and don'ts for people that are trying to wake up others. And I've had some really positive feedback off it so far. It's basically trying to give sort of like an overall view of what's going on and how we can actually wake people up, rather than just bombarding them with facts and calling them sheep and zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't actually call people sheep, or I try not to even use the term "wake up."
Yeah,
it's just, I think it's got.
Because then you imply, you imply people that they're asleep.
Yeah, they don't take it well.
Yeah, then you're creating an opposer and an opponent situation.
The best way,
I'm awake, you're asleep.
The best way I found to do it is to actually ask questions. Just say, like, what do you think about this? Have a look at this. Like, have you seen these numbers? You know, what do you think about that? How does it?
Here's a good one.
Does it make sense to you?
I did it with the cleaner at my business, the guy that takes care of the facilities for the customers. And he comes into the office to drop the keys off. And he goes, oh, yeah. I said, don't worry about wearing the mask in here. He goes, yeah, I don't know about this. I go, what do you think about it? He goes, like, how many people do you think have died? He goes, well, they say on the news that 40,000 people have died. And I said to him, yeah, they say that, but this is how I got him. I said, have you looked really closely at the picture that they put up on the screen on BBC? Have you looked at it? He goes, well, I saw the numbers. I said, no, have you read the small print? Right? So what you've got to do, you've got to empower people. Don't make them feel dumb. Make them feel smart. Say, you're too smart to have not noticed this. Come on, honestly, just have a look at this. And then I get the picture out, and it says 40,000 deaths within 28 days of a positive test. And the guy saw that, and his face lit up. And he walks away, and he didn't really say anything.
It's like the penny drop.
Yeah, the penny drop. But he came back the next day. He goes, do you know what? I was watching BBC News last night, and what you said was true. It said on the screen within 28 days of a positive test.
That's it.
Mate, he's wide awake now. Now he comes and asks me about stuff. He's like, oh, yeah, I saw this about the flu being mixed together with COVID. And I was like, yeah. Look at this graph. He's like, fuck. Mate, he's turned. It's doable. Okay, we've got a question. Fluid Poor Patriot. Double NMC, what do you think about spreading Rise Above to the USA, an American branch? Fluid Poor Patriot, I'd love to do that. If you feel like you want to set up a page and you want to you can download my work and upload it, and you can admin that, please be my guest, mate. I've got followers in the USA.
We've got Dan from Natural Law there.
Big up Dan. Crash Bang Wallop is Dan from Natural Law. Yeah. Okay. Big up Dan Crashley. And like I say, I always recommend, if you want to really get down to business with your knowledge and turn yourself into an intellectual Jedi and understand what the elites learn, go to Mark Passio's website.
That's it.
What on earth is happening.com. Learn natural law. Learn the methods and the techniques, the MO of the people that are doing this to us.
We know Crash Bang Wallop. He's a
natural law champion. Natural law champion.
Yeah. Who else you got here? Sacramento's in the house.
San Diego, Mexico.
Nice.
Big up. Lockdown over here. Oh, loads of fucking shit.
Military lockdown at San Diego.
Holy
border.
Shit. They're going to mass arrest going on in Cali this week. So Divine Nature, when you say mass arrest, what kind of mass arrest are you talking about?
You saying Hillary Clinton?
Are you saying like taking down the cabal? Okay, so we've got a new question. Nate, the one Adam. So what do once people wake up, once we've got the numbers, right, this is what happens. Once people wake up and we have the numbers, on a day-to-day basis, people stop incrementally acquiescing to what's going on.
And saying no.
Yeah, every time someone wears a mask, every time someone uses the track and trace, every time someone shames someone else for not using social distancing, they're acquiescing to it. Now, no one that is fully awake is going to do that. So if you have enough people that are fully awake, literally put down all of the stupid aspects of this, what I call COVID 1984 operation, they just put it down and leave it to one side. That will become blatantly obvious to the rest of the population. And they'll think, wait a minute, everyone is just completely ignoring this like it's bollocks. And they'll think, am I one of the last people left? No one wants to be the last person. No one wants to be the last person that has to admit they're fooled. So it's all about getting to that point of critical mass. Some people say it's only 5% of the population, but I don't think it's that. It's got to be more, because already 5% at least are of our mindset.
The problem is that there's a lot of people who do know what's going on and they are questioning it, but they're still going along because, like we discussed the other day, they're turning fear into a virtue.
Yeah.
But it's really not. It's now seen as virtuous to be fearful.
It's like, I'm more scared of COVID than you are, therefore I'm a better person than you.
Yeah,
that's basically what it's turned into.
And it's like people say, I wear my mask to protect, you know, the elderly or the vulnerable, whatever. That's just, again, you're spreading the fear. You're spreading that.
Okay, so we've got 36 people tuned in, right? Let's talk about what happened to me and Andy, and with regards to fact checking. Now I've got here, where has it gone? UK coronavirus. No, hold on a minute. There
so we've got Cho Barent there saying I love Patsio's work, but I find it difficult to listen to him for too long. Same with Lark and Rose, they may have condescending candies in their delivery. Yeah, well, Mark
he's a bit
Passio,
bitter. Mark Passio's bitter.
He does constantly say my words are harsh, but he's not there to. He's just presenting this information in a very blunt way. He doesn't mean to. You know, he won't make any apologies for the way he is. But I get what you're saying. It is some of it is long-winded. But yeah, stick with it. It's really good, the overall knowledge what he's got, because don't forget he's been an insider into the way into these organisations, how they work, what they're actually for, the indoctrination process. And
let's get his website up. Man.
Yeah, let's get his website up. Whatonearthishappening.com. Everyone should go and go.
You're going to look at the typo. He's Jamie in today for me. I'm Rogan. Oh, fucking, I hate Rogan.
He's compromised, man.
Rogan, right, while you're doing that, let's talk a minute about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan used to be my hero because he was the original person at a podcast that talked about these alternative theories. And also he was a combat sports commentator. So I had a bit of affinity with Joe Rogan. But boy, oh boy, has he sold out recently. Holy shit.
Well, that's what I've been saying to people. You don't get $100 million Spotify contract unless you're, you know, playing a game.
There's terms and conditions with $100 million Spotify contract.
Well, any contract of $100 million.
So yeah, what we're talking about with this natural law is.
So yeah, this is whatonearthishappening.com. This is Mark Passio's website.
This is an absolute goldmine of information. Yeah, if you are really serious about knowledge, about understanding, and about rising above, you have to understand this natural law, the real law of attraction, how to apply it in your life. You know, some of these are 2 hours each. You've got to spend a good 5-6 hours really to get a handle of this stuff.
So if you go to the top of this page, he's got a little bar, and he's got the podcast section there.
Okay.
If you go there, he's got literally, I think there's over 200 here. I think there's over 250. I'm on about number 27 at the moment. I started from scratch, and he is right. That you need to start from scratch, because he does present a tapestry for the whole picture of what is going on. And what he says, I think his first one here, it's dated 30th of the 3rd, 2010. And what he's talking about in these 2010 podcasts is literally what's going on now. It's crazy.
And I think, I'm just going to say, I think that's why now, if you watch his work that's up to date, he is very aggressive, he's angry, he's dismissive, because, you know, from his point of view, you know, you think I'm militant with what I'm doing. Mark Passio is a fucking commando, mate. He's been doing this for 10 years, hardcore, giving people the real information, and he hasn't been picked up the way it should. So he's a bit bitter that, you know, he's saying, you know, you can made your beds, everyone, you can lie in it. Don't say I didn't tell you.
But so, that is it. That is exactly it. So
right, let's pick up some comments. So we just had something from. Let me just go back up to the comments. Jaro Benu, I haven't clocked you before, mate. Even at the level of reptilians, they aren't the level of Anunnaki. I mean it, but we cannot possibly beat them without connecting to our God self. Well, without getting too deep into the extra interdimensional entity aspects of what you could interpret with what's going on. Yeah, we do need to connect with ourselves.
Just go up a bit. Let's see what Q.
Yeah, let's go. Right, I still can't find double LMC on BitChute. Yeah, I'm having problems with BitChute. Let me go up a bit further. Check my parlor page. You are excellent, Lance, but only be the best you can be. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. I love Passio's work. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's where we've got the whole world on your shoulders. Some people are too programmed correctly.
Yeah, they are programmed, mate, but I want to try and deprogram them. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't do what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, I know what's happened to people, the same as Andy does, We know what's going to happen. We've taken the time to read the documents of these people that are planning this stuff.
That's all it is literally taking the time to read. That is literally it. It's just reading.
No special skills are required.
No, that's it. It's just you just need to read. So you've got Crash Bang Wallops. He's talking about Mark Passer here. Righteous anger with the best intentions. That's 100% correct.
I can't blame Mark Passer for being angry.
No, not at all.
Because at the end of the day, he has been militantly warning people,
and he's seen this firsthand. All these techniques.
Okay, here's a good one. Nate, the one Adams. I'm trying to figure out what we are working towards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, are you saying like
freedom?
Yeah. What I mean,
we're working towards freedom.
We're working towards trying to wake up enough people so that people are wise to the fact that what's going on isn't because of the deadly virus. It's because of a much bigger plan.
A control system.
A control system.
And this is what is the control system's always been in place, but right now they're branching off and making.
They're trying to do a massive upgrade to the control system.
Yeah, basically they're trying to change the control system to get to have more control than they've got. 9/11 was one stage of it, and then they're just going in now with this fucking virus bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about some of the other things we want to talk about tonight, and one of them was this.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone's come across this guy. This channel is called Computing Forever. I haven't actually subscribed. Let's give this guy a subscription. He's got 500,000 subscribers. Yeah.
This is an Irish guy that I found last week.
We're going to play you a bit of this. I don't know if the audio comes across, but you can see the document.
Considering the second block. Yeah.
Let's turn the volume down because it won't come across. But we go to this document, right? And this is apparently a document that's been leaked to members of the Canadian government. And let's just pause on it. And it talks about a roadmap. How many people? 44. So we've got more viewers. Big up. Please, guys, share the link, share the stream, share it on Facebook. We're both being censored. We're trying to get the information out about what's going on with COVID-19 84. And this document that's been leaked apparently, and I've seen this not just in this video, multiple different sources.
This is put in a way that's very like
go for it.
So the possible roadmap. So into the next phase. So we've got phasing of secondary lockdown restrictions on a rolling basis, starting with major metropolitan areas first and expanding outward, expected by November 2020. Okay, so this is I think like we saw in Australia in the southern hemisphere, they were doing it. Where was it? Victoria, and Melbourne,
yeah,
and
big up all the Aussie massive.
Yeah,
stay
big
strong.
up all the southern hemisphere. Anyone in the southern hemisphere, you've just had a shit winter by the sounds of things. So yeah, they're talking about they did it in the southern hemisphere. Obviously in Australia, they maybe picked Australia as their country. Now, from what I think in the northern hemisphere coming into winter, they're maybe picking Canada as their little experimental thing. So it's expected by 2020. Rush the acquisition of, in brackets, or construction of isolation facilities across every province and territory, expected by December 2020. So isolation facilities, what that just screams fucking FEMA camp to me.
Yeah, and remember, who did I expose as running Serco. 17 states of the FEMA camp? Serco. Because let's not get it twisted. The reason that we've probably all been done is because of that Serco speech, and they've gone back to the group, and they've done as admins.
Yeah. So next one, we've got daily new cases of COVID-19 84 will surge beyond capacity.
84. Daily cases of COVID-19 84.
Daily new cases of COVID-19 84 will surge beyond capacity of testing, including increases in COVID-related deaths, increases in COVID-related.
Yeah. So cases of COVID. Where's this?
The same growth curves expected by end of November 2020. That said, so COVID-related deaths. So again, we already know that in the UK they're merging the flu and COVID-19 84 stats.
Okay, so this is actually the point we're at now. Daily new cases of COVID-19 will surge beyond capacity. So we've heard loads of cases, but the deaths are COVID-related, and there aren't many. Now, here's what's going to happen next. This is the point where we're literally about to step into, in my opinion.
Complete and total secondary lockdown, much stricter than the first and second rolling phase restrictions, expected by the end of December 2020 / early January 2021. Right. So that means restricted, far stricter than it was before. So here in the UK, we weren't allowed to go more than 5 kilometres from your home to exercise. And they only changed that, didn't they? Originally, you weren't allowed to even go far from your house, were you? And then they changed it, and then they let you go.
I know in Oz they've
5K.
had a 5K. I don't know if we had an official.
We'll have to check into
No,
that.
no, I think we had a 5 kilometre rule here.
Yeah, but I think they brought that in afterwards. I think initially they said, you know, you can't go too far. We'll have to have a look into that. Anyway, they had. What did we have? There was no in Australia. They've just had no, you know, people getting arrested for trying to organise protests and stuff like that. People going to people's houses and arresting them for that. Obviously, we haven't had any of that in the UK. But
hold a minute. Wait. Divine Nature has just said Joe Rogan launched a show yesterday on child trafficking.
Wow.
Okay, that is interesting. Show. Yeah. Oh, look, you can show people's comments. Holy shit! I just learned how to do that. Michael Jackson, you can show people's comments.
So QZ Divine Nature, that's awesome.
Awesome. Nice information.
Yeah.
I like that. Look at that. I can show people's comments. Jason Rennick's big things are going in. Yes, Jason Rennick. Hello, mate. Jason, I've got to say big up to you, mate. You were literally one of the first subscribers when I first started Rise Above. You watched the first fucking videos, the prelude, way before even I got Andy involved.
Yeah.
Big up your chest, mate. Big things are going in. Let me see, Fluid Patriot, what are you saying? The 14th Amendment of our Constitution declares all who will trample is a traitor during a time of war. They no longer have a vote ever again. You're absolutely right, mate. And we're facing the same thing here. We're facing elected members of government who are being traitors to our country. And unelected.
Because don't forget, in places where they were due for mayor elections and stuff like that, it's been postponed. So you've just got the previous mayor just, you know, rolling over. These are technically unelected officials calling the shots here, some of them.
Yeah. So let's go back to where we are, right? So hold on a minute. This is Rise Above. Oh, 52 people tuned in. All right, 21 minutes. Remember, guys, share the link.
Yeah,
we have been censored. We've been censored for speaking the truth. You've seen my speeches about Serco. Yeah. What we're exposing right now in this document right here, this infrastructure. You don't think this is Serco? Let me tell you, it is.
It's all Serco.
It's all Serco. Serco's probably got a 30% share.
It doesn't matter if Serco's the umbrella.
Whether it's Serco, whether it's G4S, these are all tentacles of the same fucking octopus.
That's it.
Trust me.
We're going to move on with the with the document. So we've got reform and expansion of the unemployment program.
The unemployment program.
To be
the program to make everybody unemployed. The program to put everybody on fucking universal basic income.
The UBI. So we got reform the expansion of the unemployment program to be transitioned into the universal basic income program, expected by Q1 2021. So that means they basically want to get as many people dependent on the state, depressed, fat, overweight, and on medication as possible.
Right, let me draw it up to these comments. Exactly what we're talking about here. Eye opener. I'm from Liverpool, and shit's getting worse here. The saddest thing about this is the people that actually listen to the government. I tell you what, Liverpool. Fucking stand up tall. Big up all of my people in the combat sports scene in the northwest, in the northeast. We need fucking testosterone-fueled men to stand up against this, because I tell you what, not everyone has got the fucking T count to do it. But the people that run in gyms, you had the T count to stand there and say no,
And look at that on the GoFundMe, £40,000 was raised. They paid their They paid their 10,000. Fine, and then they're still open. I know the gym's still open.
Kresimir, fucking hell, I miss you on Facebook as well, mate. Oh yeah, by the way, right, I'm going to post my new Facebook. Everyone, please add me. Here it is.
And that's wrong. That's.
Oh, no, that's not how you spell my name, right? Lance L. Murdoch. Please, everyone, add this. I've got to be a bit careful because I've got my family business page on there, which I've luckily managed to save. I've lost 2,500 people on my combat sports MC, and that's a big money business, so I have to recoup that. So I've got to be a bit more careful on Facebook. But please add me up just for the contact. Working towards human trafficking. So I'm going to put that on the screen. This is my Facebook, everyone. Please add me up. I need the contact, because what I want to do eventually, what rather me and Andy wanted to do, is try and migrate everyone onto another platform where we can all say whatever we want. I'm going to test that Gab.
So Gab, G-A-B.
G-A-B.
So it's free speech.
I'm Rise_above. I'm Gab.
Is that a little bit of coronavirus?
Oh, not coronavirus.
Got in my joint. How did that happen?
Rise
How
above.
does she get in there?
Yeah, so on Gab, Rise Above. I'll tell you what, should we trial putting on a tune in the background?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's put on.
Because you know we like, it's a bit controversial on Rise Above to have this music. But I'm going to anyway.
We shouldn't put on, like you said earlier, I think put on anything with vaccine in the lyrics is sort of fitting for what's going on at the moment.
Oh no, because it only goes through the fucking the mic on there. No, I'll just put some background music on. So we will actually, you can carry on going on about this. Where is it?
Yes, let's get a document back up. Right, so where did we get to? Right, reform and expansion. Right,
the unemployment program.
The unemployment program expected by Q1 2021. So that's not far at all. That's 5 months away until the end of Q1 of 2021. So projected COVID-19 mutation and or co-infection with secondary virus in brackets referred to as COVID-21.
Oh dear, that's a bit loud, isn't it?
Leading to a third wave with much bigger mortality rate and a higher rate of infection expected by February 21. So that is what we all thought at the moment, because we've all seen the little video of Bill Gates and his husband, his wife, where they were talking about the second wave that is definitely going to get attention next time with their little smirks on their face. So maybe in the, they're talking about they're talking about here that is a third wave. But I mean, has there really been a global second wave yet? Probably not. There's been little
but this is called COVID-21.
So that's going to be referred to as COVID-21. So they said projected COVID-19 mutation and or co-infection. So either there's going to be another coronavirus outbreak of a different one that's slightly similar, or they're going to have a mutation of the COVID-19. Either way, it's possibly going to be referred to as COVID-21, and that's going to have a much higher mortality rate and a higher rate of infection. So that's what Bill Gates and his wife were having a little smirk about, possibly in their little video there that we've all seen. So it's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I personally am going to buy. I haven't worn a face mask this whole time, not even once. You can ask my girlfriend. Not once have I worn a face mask. And but I was thinking about, if they do release some fucked up mutated virus, I might go and grab myself a couple of N95 masks.
Oh, mate,
which are the actual ones.
Let me say something. If there actually is a virus that's like killing people, like it was apparently in Wuhan,
with the Wuhan Wiggles,
the Wuhan bronchitis. No, it's the active medical mafia pirates. Anyway, I was wearing fucking gloves. I was wearing a mask. I was keeping away from people. I thought that those communist bastards in Wuhan had actually made the fucking HIV-laced Chimera virus that's in all the papers, because there's no actual evidence of that virus. And is it Matt Duran? Matt Duran on Facebook. I've had debates with him about whether this virus actually exists, because he says there's no evidence of SARS-CoV-2. But you're right, there isn't any evidence of it.
That's what David Icke says.
So Matt, if you're listening, I'm coming round to your way of thinking. I am, honestly. So I'm never scared to change my mind.
Even David Icke said they've never isolated the COVID-19 virus.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been.
I'm no fucking virologist.
Who put that? Lance reminds me of the singer from Rage Against the Machine. Wait, hold on a minute. Is that who I think it is? Rage Against the Machine. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
What, this dude here? You said like him.
Some greasy dreads.
Where's it gone? Where's that comment gone? You guys are cracking me up. So FLUID POUR PATRIOT says Lance reminds me of the singer from Rage Against the Machine. Mate, have you checked out any of my music? Check out some of my tunes. This guy's deep. I've seen him. He goes in, mate. I like him. Right, where were we? Sorry.
Right. So we talked about the mutated there and the COVID-21. So daily new cases of COVID-21 hospitalizations and COVID-19 and COVID-21 related deaths will exceed medical facilities capacity expected Q1 to Q2 2021.
Yeah.
So that means that, so again, they're talking here about overrun.
That's the next stage. Facilities. That's the next stage of the virus. That's got to be the upgrade.
So maybe because there wasn't any overrun medical facilities in the first phase, so maybe they got everyone, they've got everyone into a false sense of security that there's there's nothing really to worry about, and all of a sudden we might actually think, fuck, if we do see genuine.
Hey, don't worry.
overrun.
If there's actually a deadly virus, I will be the first person to wear a mask. But I won't be wearing a piece of cloth.
No.
I won't be wearing a fucking
To symbolise
piece
your
of paper.
compliance to the new
I will
regime.
be wearing a full-on gas mask, and I will only go outside when it's absolutely necessary.
So right, we're going to hit the next bullet point. So enhanced lockdown restrictions, referred to as the third lockdown, will be implemented. Full travel restrictions will be imposed, including inter-province and inter-city, expected Q2 2021. So that means no travel between
Go for a pitch.
city, inter-city, inter-province, expected by Q2 2021. So at the moment, you can travel sort of 5k from your house, can't you? So if you're, let's say you live on a border of a city or a province or whatever, you can still move, you can still transition to that other place. Well, they're saying for the next what is this, Q2 2021, there'll be none of that going on. So again, it's going to be, like I said earlier, more strict restrictions than we've all seen before. But you know, this is just alleged leaked document. So next one, we've got transitioning of individuals into the universal basic income program, expected mid Q2 21. So mid Q2, so that will be sort of May June time in the new year. So transitioning to everyone, transitioning of individuals. So what they basically want to do is get the majority of the population onto universal basic income. Again, this is just fucking communism, dressed up as something else, in my opinion. So projected supply chain breaks down. Inventory shortages, large economic instability expected late Q2 2021. So I can't remember who it was in the comments earlier, said earlier in Wales there was already restrictions on what you could buy and maybe amounts you could buy in shops in Wales, I think they said there. So maybe that's coming a little bit earlier than what they said, but who knows. Right, final one, deployment of military personnel into major metropolitan areas, as well as all major roadways to establish travel checkpoints, restrict travel and movement, provide logistical support to the area, expected by Q3 2021. So that's basically going to get military presence on the streets. You can have army or, you know, whoever, military personnel on the streets. So I've always thought, me and Lars talked about this extensively, that it may even be UN troops that are going to be called in to start all this off. So the UN, I know that's going to be. I did think about it earlier in the year when the explosion in Beirut happened. I thought as the government all stepped down, there was no government, we might see the UN go in there and sort of run the country until a government's established, which they intentionally would never establish another government. But I'm not really too sure. I think no one's really talking about what happened in Beirut at the moment, so I'm not really too sure what's going on there. But it's a possibility that it might be the UN troops that are coming in. They're going to come in here in metropolitan areas of Canada expected by Q3 2021. So that's some pretty scary stuff. To think you could have, you know, UN troops, military on the streets, probably checking documents, checking travel restrictions, all of that kind of stuff. What's the last? So the last one is deployment of military personnel into major metropolitan areas, as well as all major roadways to establish travel checkpoints.
What quarter is that?
Yeah, that's expected Q3 21. So I just said that me and you have talked extensively. I was possibly thinking that the explosion in Beirut, when the government stepped down, it would be the UN troops that go in and sort of tie the place down until a new government is established, and maybe they wouldn't establish a new government. So here, deployment of military personnel into major metropolitan areas. So that might be UN troops. There could be UN troops.
I would expect so, yeah.
They're all, I mean, that just screams New World Order.
So now to show this one. Those who don't believe him, ask them where all the mass graves, bodies, families scream, knowing grief.
It's pretty deep.
It's pretty deep. Big up everyone in the comment section, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat. This is very encouraging.
Let's address some of the chat.
Juliana. Okay, so Lance reminds me of the guy from Rage Against the Machine. That's where we got to.
Yeah, Masks Don't Help.
Masks Don't Help is 95, and they apparently 95%.
So the N95 mask is an actual virus preventing mask. That's what is for biological hazards. It's not a hazmat mask.
And then 95 mask is for like, is to get particulates out. So like what, soaring.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know,
but like micro, like nanoparticles. That's what.
Can I have one of those?
That's what. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So who else we got in the comments there? Like SARS COVID 666 can be bought at your local superstore near you.
Who is that guy? He's new. I like it.
Jario Benu.
Yeah.
Pick up yourself, Jario.
Yeah. Put that comment up. Where is it?
Up on next one.
Yeah. Comment.
SARS-CoV 666.
Comment of the evening so far. Yeah.
So,
is anyone going to London tomorrow? Anyone going to the protest in London tomorrow? Let me know in the comment section. C, certificate. O, of. V, vaccination. 19 equals AI, artificial intelligence. Yeah, that's get it. Fluid Poor Patriot. Yes. Let's talk about it. So we've covered here up to Q3. Military lockdowns, military checkpoints.
Deployment of military personnel on the streets.
Where is this all going? Is it going to end with a vaccine? No, I don't think so.
That's just part of it.
Is it going to be a normal, regular vaccine which is harmful enough as it is? No, unfortunately not.
It's not even going to be a regular vaccine which is untested. It's going to be a vaccine with experimental technology to literally change the structure of your DNA, to change your DNA code. That is the one thing that you've got that is literally single in this universe. Is your genetic code. There is no one else.
Can we get something up about RNA?
Yeah, let's get some links. Let's talk about this. Yeah,
let's talk about the
link up about the experimental. Let's keep this up.
Let's get a new one. The RNA.
Refer to some more. There's a couple more documents to go through in this dude's video. RNA gene editing. So again, this is proper scary shit, man. This is like irreversible. Once that's in there, it's not like being poisoned. You can like flush it out of your body. This is like, it's not like ODing on magic mushrooms and it'd be out your body soon enough. This is like,
what's this?
It's going to change your shit.
Yeah.
For good. Like to do what to do. Who knows what? It's never been tested. It probably has been tested. But it's never been advertised, tested.
Actually, fuck that. Let's go straight to the source, because this comes basically predominantly from one company.
What else we got here in the comments? Fluid Patriot, yes, Kate.
Yes, Moderna. What does Moderna stand for, Gyro? Mode, meaning method, and RNA. That's why Trump used only therapeutics. Yes, Fluid Pour Patriot. Regeneron. Transform. Fuck about Regeneron. Give me some Regeneron right now. That's why I've got time for Trump. I know Fluid. Where's Fluid Pour Patriot? Let's put that comment up. That's why Trump only uses therapeutics. Trust. I know I'll piss some people off by saying, but me and Andy, we're down with POTUS. We're down with POTUS.
Like whether he is just one side to the same coin. From what I can see, it's the slower destruction of America. Like it is. It's the slower destruction. If Trump gets in, it's going to be less. Well, definitely less fucking shit than Biden. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, right. You just look at what Trump says. The vax will be hydrogel. You'll fuse it with your DNA. Ooh, Sarah Pat. Come with that. Get that. Yeah, Sarah Pat. Big up Sarah Pat. The vax will have hydrogel. Is that the luciferase we've heard about? The stuff that's bioluminescent?
Bill Gates' baby.
You'll not be human anymore, and it is patented. You will be owned. You're absolutely right. My
You'll
theory.
Have owners.
My theory. Oh, big up everyone on the messages. My theory is that the RNA vaccine will actually be used as a gene editing platform, so that going forward, all generations of human that have it will not be a regular human. They'll actually be an attenuated hybrid. So what that means is once you become attenuated hybrid or a hybrid of any kind, you can be patented, exactly like Sarah Pack is saying here. Oh, 61 people tuned in. Whoop, whoop. Right above. Is anybody going to London tomorrow? I'm going to be hitting the streets with a mini rig and spitting my COVID 1984 bars. People to get phones out. It's going to go all over Facebook. They're going to fucking hate it.
You're going to get deplatformed all over again. All over again. So, yeah, like we said, for the new people that are on, we talked earlier, me and Lance both got deplatformed from Facebook yesterday, along with our mate Jacob, which is pretty shitty.
I just got a message from my mate Glenn, who's a DJ. He said, hello, mate. Crazy what's happened to your profile. Pretty much backs up everything what we've been saying for all these years. If only you had a couple of billion in the bank, eh? Stay safe and watch out. You're probably a target now.
Check this out. We've got Ben Netter's comment here. He's got, on the local dual carriageways, all the bridges have been beefed up with steel RSJs. I was talking to someone who said it was for when the UN tanks roll in.
What?
No, I don't think much of it.
Beznez, where do you live, mate?
Where is that? Where are these dual carriageways?
Where
what
are you,
area
Beznez?
talking about? Because again, that is like
Patents in person, PP, yes, 1084 Dragon 40.
And now it makes me think he was right. Yeah, but where?
Can you have a link to the leaked documents? I'll give you a link to the video right now. I don't know where these documents came from.
This was a video that was forwarded to me by one of my friends.
This guy is reviewing the leaked documents. Have them. There you go. I'll put those up on the screen as well. So this is the video where the guy is reviewing the possible roadmap, and I seriously think if you go back to my episode 6 of 1984, COVID 1984, and I speak about the Rockefeller, the roadmap, Operation Lockstep, very, very in line. I go through it in quite heavy detail here, yeah. So I recommend, guys, if you're not familiar with that, if you haven't seen that episode, go back. If anyone's watching now hasn't seen all of the episodes of COVID 1984, I seriously suggest you go back and watch them. It's supposed to be a comprehensive.
Yeah, they're real easy watching. They're real like.
I make it fun. I have a bit of a laugh as well.
They're real easy watching. Like they're easy for anyone to understand. But you could show your mum and dad that there's not there's not anything in there that's too.
66 viewers. We can't have that. Can we get one person?
Get one more. Or 65.
More. That's all right. That's okay. 65.
We don't those
numbers. So where were we? We were talking about the Moderna modus operandi, mode RNA. So yeah, this guy. Look at the shape of this guy's jaw. Would you trust a guy with a jaw like that? I wouldn't. What is mRNA? Messenger RNA or mRNA plays a fundamental role in human biology, transferring the instructions stored in DNA to make the proteins required in every living cell. Our approach is to use mRNA medicines to instruct a patient's own cells to produce proteins that can prevent, treat, or cure a disease. Now, on the face of it,
yeah, it's all dressed up. It's exactly the same as what they always do. It's all dressed up.
Sounds lovely. Sounds lovely, doesn't it?
Helpful, like good for humanity, in everyone's best interest.
It always sounds lovely, but basically, if you can imagine tiny little bacterial-like nanobots with two little prongs like scissors, and they can actually go up to the DNA at a physical level, snip a piece out, and replace it with a different protein. Once we've done that, and our DNA strand has been edited, put it back to the screen, right?
That is no going back.
There's no going back. There won't be humans anymore. That's what transhumanism is. So mode RNA, actually, we do this one. Don't want to ugly much too much. Read more about RNA science, yeah. So what we got comments?
Just go up a little bit.
Let's go up a little bit. Big up everyone tuned in.
I saw some
patented person. Can we have a link to the link documents? I put that up, but now it makes me think he was right.
Oh, that he's talking about the tanks.
Reinforced
bridges. So
yeah,
just
put Beznez up again because that's a deep comment.
Yeah, that's a good comment. So we've got.
They'll make us infertile. Jason Renix, yes, Jason. What are you saying? They'll make us infertile. Then we'll have to go to the baby farms where we manipulate the fetuses. No end. Yeah, you're absolutely
right. So basically, what there was talk of, someone was saying on one of the Titus Frost shows. Big up Titus Frost, one of my favourite.
Yeah, Titus Frost is a sick researcher.
Yeah, he's been fully deplatformed off YouTube. He had 44,000 subscribers. Now he's over on DLive. There's a platform there if anyone wants to go check his research out. Titus Frost. So he was saying, or someone was saying, sorry, on one of his shows that they're gonna change everyone's DNA with this fucked up vaccine, so that and make everyone infertile, so that there's going to be no one else born, but many people are going to die. So it's actually going to sort the global not sort it out, but bring the global population down rapidly in a very short amount of time, like very few decades. So what they said was, there was another video from an English doctor. Which was, he supposedly had some documents from a whistleblower from Gavi.
We've got a comment from Omar Beats here. Mate, Rudy Giuliani has just dropped a bombshell on the Biden laptop. Should we go there?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Like you said, we've got nothing to lose digitally.
We've got nothing to
Let's
lose.
get it
We've
up.
had our whole digital history, our whole Facebook profile swiped. So we know,
Oh,
yeah, let's get a new one. Let's get a new one. Is everybody having fun? Is everyone enjoying this live cast? Because this is a little bit different to what we normally do. Oh, fuck, I've got messages. Right, go on, Andy, you do that. Let me reply to this.
Right, so where are we going? What was it?
We
Rudy
go to
Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy.
So, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, and this laptop. What's everyone saying? Has everyone been following this story? Yes, Juliana.
Here
Yes, okay. Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani.
Basically, on this laptop, it's this is what the Daily Mail is saying. It's a last-ditch attempt to smear me and my family.
Of course it is.
Bullshit.
You've smeared yourself, man.
No, look, we need to go onto YouTube. Do you know what? Because Trump campaign just goes straight directly to YouTube. Right, so Giuliani. Andy Homer, if you're watching, please can you put a link up? Can you send us a link, please? If this is brand new, Giuliani laptop.
Literally any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden.
Well, I've got WhatsApps, I've got everything here.
Roger. Trump is a snake playing his clever game.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. What's this? Incriminating Biden documents delivered. Holy shit. We need to watch this and read it to everyone.
What else we got in the comments, guys? I'll say Beznez. That was the A580 Liverpool to Manchester. He was talking about the dual carriageways being reinforced by steel girders, steel RSJs for possible.
Put it up on the screen.
His mate said that this was for UN tanks to possibly be able to roll over the bridges. So, and then we've got to come out underneath UN rolls in the no chance of Brexit. For all we know, Brexit could just be another piece of the chess.
I reckon Brexit's pretty
Just
fucking irrelevant now, isn't it?
Just a distraction.
What's
whatever.
the EU? Once the Great Reset comes in, what's the EU going to be? It's
So we've
fucking
got this
irrelevant.
comment here as well. So we've got they did this in London over all the major flyovers before the Olympics in 2012.
Well, is that to cater for the heavy goods
Maybe,
vehicles and the
maybe. What else we've got in the comments?
God, we can't keep up with these comments, guys.
There's a lot.
Big
It's
up,
good. We like it. We like the chat.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Jason, awesome lads. Big up yourself, Jason.
Yes, Jason Rennick, original Rise Above supporter. Big up yourself, mate. Thank you.
Larry, Boris is letting us down again. Well, unfortunately, Boris is a globalist.
Boris is a globalist. He is a globalist.
His dad, we know Boris is a globalist. We know Boris's dad's a globalist, that's for sure.
Brexit will stop us moving around as we please. Yeah,
So
but it might also
pretty
stop.
good comment. Reptilian DNA equals transhumanism. Mark of the beast. Interesting.
Well, what if you think about it? Yeah, in those vaccines, what is in there? There's bovine tissue. There's aborted fucking fetal tissue. There's monkey cells in there.
All
So
sorts of shit.
so
all sorts of living.
when you're
shit.
literally injecting yourself with genetic material from other animals, what are you becoming? You know, it's Boris is an evangelicalist, just like Trump. I didn't know Boris was religious. I don't think Trump's really an evangelicalist. Evangelist. I think that Trump is not dumb, and he realised that the evangelical vote is like 150 million or 100 million, whatever it is in the US, 50 million. It's big.
And let's be honest, that won't actually be him. That'll be his campaign people telling him that. So, again, but it's a possibility. We don't know. Trump could be
Omar B is saying that this video is amazing. We need to watch it. Sorry to interrupt the broadcast, right? So I've got this. Right, we're doing it. Let's stop that fucking music. Where's it gone? There it is. Stop that. Sorry, guys. We're not used to doing the live stream. It's a little bit new to us.
No, this is fully organic.
This is fully organic. We're rolling organic like fucking. Hello, mate. Yeah, I've done that one. Here we go. YouTube. Boom.
Let's get it up.
I don't know. I hope you guys can hear it.
These comments. Today, I'm sure you see I'm in a different location than my usual comfortable.
Can you guys hear that?
Where I like to do.
Let us know in the chat.
Let us know if you can hear Rudy Giuliani.
Interviews and monologues and discussions. I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm in Washington, D.C. because I came here to stop off originally in Delaware with Bernard Carrick, my former police commissioner, to drop off something that we were required to give to the Delaware State Police. It's delicate, and I want to be very careful in how I describe it, and I'm going to describe it so that I satisfy your right to know, because we've been asked a lot of questions about it. But at the same time, I'm not inappropriate. The kind of material that I found on this
Saturday
photograph part of this, which is about 28,000 photos, so it took a while to find it.
28,000 photos.
Whoa!
Of what? We all know
what he's talking about now. He's talking about this Hunter Biden laptop,
which is not just Russian disinformation,
which apparently is Russian disinformation. Although Hunter Biden's lawyers are on record asking for the laptop back. So if it's fake, why do they want it back? So this is Rudy Giuliani.
And Mr. Garrett,
This is an hour long.
Very little bikinis and poses that were sexually provocative.
What? Apparently there's photos of kids on this laptop.
But then there was one that was straight out and out child pornography.
Oh my days!
There we go.
Hold on. Right, we have to.
Part of Stewart one.
Let me just say something. This guy, the former mayor of New York, the president's lawyer, who has brought the Hunter Biden laptop to the forefront, is saying that he's seen child pornography on the opponent of Donald Trump's son's laptop. Let's think about that for a minute. We're all a tear.
Pornography as you can't define it, but you know it when you see it. Well, you know this when you see it. We also knew what our obligations were because Bernie had been policeman and I had been assistant U.S. attorney, solicitor general, and mayor. As a public official, had I seen that, I have to report it. I'd be mandatory.
So we don't know how long this YouTube broadcast is going to last now. Yeah, we don't know how long we're going to be on for just playing this. So yeah.
Oh shit! As
on medical people, when you see child pornography, or you see evidence that we also saw in the text messages and emails of an unsafe environment for the children.
I mean, that's enough. I think we've got enough for the purposes of what we need for. So basically, Rudy Giuliani there, he's just told us smoking gun, there's child porn on the Hunter Biden laptop. So there you go. Lance, do you want to say anything else?
Well, what more can we say about that?
Well, there isn't much more to say.
No.
About that.
Put the tree back on. So let's do some comments.
Right, let's do some comments. Have a look at the chat. Who we got here? So let's get it up a little bit. So yes, everyone can hear us. Cool.
Muffled,
right.
just about. Volume up. Okay.
Again,
so basically, I think. Okay, if you didn't hear Rudy Giuliani, I think we explained what was going on there. They've seen actual child pornography.
So
on Hunter Biden's laptop.
So they did the same with Hillary Clinton as Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
So that ties back in with the Pizzagate stuff. There's plenty more videos about that we started with on the channel. Jason Reynolds, what the fuck? Yes, mate. What the fuck indeed. What else have we got here? Everyone said about Blaze.
It also talks about put Johnny G on the screen.
It also talks about satanic rituals. Nice.
Boom.
So basically, the video is an hour long.
Put the link.
Let's get the link up.
Yeah, we'll put the link in so everyone can watch it.
So which one is it? Where is the?
There's history. History.
Go study history.
Yeah, that one.
So here. So yeah, the Hunter Biden laptop containing the smoking gun. How do I get the link?
I would say
you go and
do that. So we're just sharing the link.
Yeah, so there's videos just under an hour long. So check it out. So it says apparently Johnny G says it talks about satanic rituals. in it as well. So that, again, that ties in with all the Satanism, dark occultist, stuff that we've been talking about in previous videos.
Sorry, let me just do that. Yeah. So listen, as this story transpires, and we've got a bit more meat on the bone, we will be covering the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop
as it unravels. So big up to Andy for that.
Yeah,
getting that link here.
Yeah,
Live link.
Omar Beats.
Yeah, Omar Beats.
As we go forward with this live, yeah, I'm going to get OBS. I'm going to make it better. We're going to have all types of interactive shit on the screen. I'll get Discord so you guys can phone in and speak to us directly, like Mark Patriot style. But we're just learning as we go with the live stream, guys. So bear with us.
So Sarah Pack again, just like Hillary, yeah. Just before an election. This time not WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
So there was chat.
Torture of underage kids.
Torture of underage kids. Wow.
Is that Johnny G?
Not Tommy G.
No, yeah, Tommy G.
Again, Tommy G. Big up Tommy G. Great researcher. Everyone should go check him out on Twitter if he's not being deplatformed. I know he did get deplatformed for speaking out against Christopher Teigen. Sorry. Right. And that little bitch.
I think that's enough on Rudy Giuliani now. So I want to talk a little bit about the fact. No, I don't know. Does anybody want to know about how I got fact checked? This full facts thing about me when I did the Serco speech. I put the link to it. It's complete but garbage. You can watch the speech yourselves.
It's again, they basically set their own narrative and debunked it, which is what they just do every single time.
The first thing I said at the start of the speech is that the track and trace app is created by PHE, Public Health England. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's go to my video. I'll show you exactly what I said, and I'll show you in real time how these fact checkers are fucking liars. They're just barefaced liars. So let's go to my speech, right? We'll go right to the start. I'll walk down there. Okay, rah, rah, rah.
Introduce Lance. Can we give him a round of applause?
I forgot the other mic. Yeah, it's in my bag. Okay, in some of the early episodes, I looked into like the fake test, like we've been talking about.
Okay, so I'll talk about some best stuff here.
Digital biometric ID platform. Okay, so I talked about that. I looked at the Wuhan hoax organization, the UN, the Gates Foundation, all of it. I was going to make this other video about the wildfires in California on Friday, but then I saw there's no counter story. It was just a picture. That really that lasted for about 60 hours. Okay. Now, people were saying that this NHS app is actually run by a private company, which isn't actually technically true. The app itself is made by Public Health England. I know someone is working on the app. However, the infrastructure of our entire test and trace system, the enforcement, is run by a company called Serco.
Right, so listen to what I said there very carefully. I started the speech by saying this app has been created by Public Health England because I know someone who works on it. But I very carefully said the test and trace system and the infrastructure behind it is administered by Serco, right? So I just showed you exactly what I said, and this is what got fact checked, right? So what was claimed? This is full fact. This is my claim to fame. I got full facts, and Reuters fact checked me as well.
Full fact is
Serco runs the enforcement of the UK's test and trace system, including the app. I didn't say that. I very clearly said, as you just saw, that Serco is running the test and trace system and the call centres and the enforcement, and the app is made by PHE. So this is not true.
So again, this is they create their own narrative and debunk it, which anyone can do because it's not fucking true. It's exactly what Hillary Clinton did with the Pizzagate thing.
Yeah.
She claimed that she said live in one of her interviews to a huge fucking audience, she said that everyone was claiming that she was running a child trafficking ring out of the basement of a pizza parlor, which simply wasn't the case. It was just she was involved in a child trafficking ring, and so was this location. It was involved.
Yeah, they changed the narrative.
It was being run there by her. It was just she's just involved with it. So then it's easy to debunk. It's the same shit. They do the same shit every time.
So look, here's the funny thing, right? Here's our verdict. So they said they made an untrue claim about me. They said this is not true. That's not what I claim. Serco had no involvement in the app, which is what I actually claimed. I said that. It's contracted to work for England's test and trace system involving running call centres and testing facilities, which is what I said. So it's like I've been deplatformed from Facebook for apparently spreading fake news, where the full facts thing itself not only misquotes me, it misquotes me on both sides of the story in what I claimed and what their verdict is.
Again,
Next claim.
Complete bullshit.
The Gates Foundation has 200,000 shares in Serco. Our verdict: the Gates Foundation bought 200,000 shares in Serco, bringing its total ownership to 3.74 million shares. Okay, so you've actually backed up what I said and made it much worse.
So 3.74 million shares is a lot worse than 200,000 shares.
See, my research was obviously not as good as theirs. Apparently, I only identified 200,000 shares, right? They're saying they've actually got 3.74 million shares. Awesome. Thank you. What else have we got? Let's go up here. The next one where they fact check me. Recently introduced law means you are told to self-isolate. You do not. You will get a £1,000 fine administered by Serco. I didn't say the £1,000 fine was administered by Serco. I said Serco running the administration to check if you're at home or not.
So they run because they run the systems like for the ankle monitors for the prison. They would know if a prisoner broke their.
They know if you're not at home, and they're the ones that call the police, and the police issue you a fine.
Of course, the Serco aren't going to give you £1,000.
So their verdicts. This is how shit these fact checkers are, people. It is true. A law was recently introduced to fine those breaking isolation orders from track and trace. However, Serco does not administer the fines. I didn't say that.
Again,
sloppy.
Sloppy.
You've got to be fucking sloppy. You've got to get up earlier in the morning and fact check me. Full fact. Fuck you.
Lance is doing his hair a lot earlier and they're getting up there.
I've already fucking blow dried my hair. Yeah. I've already got up. Anyway, right. In August, Serco were given a £108 million contract to run the test and trace system. Our verdict.
Serco was awarded this contract for running some contract tracing call centres.
How many more call centres do you need than £108 million worth?
So you've got, again, it's just the same fucking bullshit.
This was spent on each employee only contacting 2 people each. This refers to an average figure partway through the contract, which includes workers who were not employed by Serco.
I'm just going to interject here.
This is fucking minor details.
So we've got a very, so what they're claiming that you've got deplatformed for spreading disinformation and fake news, right? I mean, this isn't really that gripping stuff, really. What their claims of what you said is. I mean, to me, I'd be deplatformed for what we're saying about elite paedophile rings, and satanic, mind control over the mass population of the globe. That's slightly more concerning about saying, that Serco are going to find someone £1,000, isn't it? This is just all dressed up as some more bullshit.
I reckon this is the one they reckon they've got me on. Serco and Kinetic are not owned by the monarchy.
This is not true. Our verdict. This simply no.
This is not true.
So who are these people to
who owns? Oh yeah, and apparently it's not apparently. I know that I said it wrong. Instead of CCS, Crown Corporation Services, which owns Serco and Kinetic, I said CCL, Crown Corporation Limited. So instead of services, I said limited. The important part is, guess what? Crown Corporation.
The Crown.
The corporation of the Crown.
Just the Crown.
Who is the Crown? Yeah?
Just the Crown.
So the Crown Corporation is a corporation that works on behalf of the Crown Estate.
What is the Crown Estate?
The Crown Estate is an estate which is owned by the Crown.
The Queen.
Who are the Crown? Crown is a fucking... It's like the Vatican. It's like the Holy See.
It's a bloodline.
The Pope doesn't own the Vatican.
No.
But the Holy See...
He just babysits it.
Yeah. The Queen herself doesn't own the monarchy. She's a part of the monarchy. It's a family network.
It's a bloodline.
It's a bloodline business.
Bloodline dynasty.
These people are fucking pagans, mate. You can't fact check me. Shut up. Right, here's the next one. The Purbright Institute was responsible for foot and mouth. Our verdict. A pipe. A pipe connected to Purbright Institute, Surrey facility, was found to be likely for a source of the 2007 foot and mouth outbreak. I think that means I've got that one right, Michael.
Yeah, it means the Purbright pipe.
Someone found Quincy Jones. I got that one right. Fuck you.
Well, what we got with Wuhan Health Organization?
Wait. This one. The next fact check they tried to get me on. The Purbright Institute was the main patent for coronavirus. I never said. Actually, no, I did use the word main. I'll be fair, I used the word main patent. But there were 3 different ones, which was granted by Serco. The Purbright Institute's coronavirus was not relating to the virus causing the current outbreak. Yeah, because it's never been isolated and apparently it doesn't actually exist. We can find no evidence that it was granted by Serco. Well, who runs the US Patent Office? That's not a fucking fact-checkable fact. That's just a fact. Bumper class. Oh, no, it's not. The Purbright has an office in Wuhan, China.
We cannot find
a Purbright office.
No Purbright office in Wuhan, China.
I think what I actually said was Purbright has links to the Wuhan Center of Virology through the Gates Foundation. I might have said the right office. Hey, I was on one. I was doing a speech. I think that's a minor detail.
Again, this is all.
Have they got an office there?
To deplatform someone's entire Facebook history for, saying this sort of stuff. It's just.
So those are the 9 claims that these fuckers got me on. It's bullshit.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But let's not dwell on it. We're not martyrs.
No, I'm not a martyr.
We're not a martyr.
They think of fucking Darth Vader, man, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Strike me down, I'll be more powerful than you can ever possibly imagine. Trust me.
So should we get what should we go on to, lads?
I don't know. What's everyone saying in the comment section? A Crown Swiss Corporation. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the overall power structure a little bit. Because no, we can't though, because we'll say the forbidden word.
We can't say the forbidden word.
We can't talk about who's because they'll get banned off their book and their tube.
We could say crew, which rhymes with it.
Oh, you can't even say like jaywalkers though, because that's like
you could say crew, which
anti-seismic.
Anti-seismic.
Basically, so it's not just the Zionists. It's not just the Vatican. It's much more about the Swiss corporation. FLUID POUR PATRIOT is bang on the money here, right? Those Rothschilds and Rockefeller foundations, yeah?
They're still just fronts, really.
They're employees. They're employed by the people that own the world.
They're still fairly low level. That's how come we know about them. We don't, no researchers are ever gonna, no researchers ever know the names of the actual people who are calling the shots, who are saying to, people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to put out a video about saying he's being diagnosed with coronavirus, even though he's got no symptoms. It's one of the hardest things he's ever had to come to terms with. Who's telling him to make those videos and put it out? Those are the people that are actually calling the shots. We don't know who they are. We'll never know who they are.
I just know that the owners are more situated in Switzerland,
and that's what they are. They're owners. They're owners of people. Boris Johnson is owned. He has an owner. Yeah. The police chief, he has an owner. They all have owners.
Yeah.
All the military have owners. They wear fucking dog tags, for fuck's sake. Dog tags. They call them their dogs. They openly call them dogs.
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about the word soldier. Yeah. Soul dyer.
Soul
dyer. Yeah. Your dead soul. You're dead inside. A soul dyer. It's all in the words, guys. Again, this is Mark Passio's work. Once you realise that with your real eyes, once you see things with your real eyes, then you'll come to terms with a lot of stuff. It's all in the language. It's right there. Soldiers,
anyway,
soul dyers.
Let's have some positive news. This is latest from the World Health Organization.
The Wuhan Health Organization.
The Wuhan Hoax Organization.
They've released the flu stats.
12th of October. It's quite recent. This is a worldwide global summary of flu. Okay. Down here, we've got the weeks. This is where 2012 starts. I think you guys can see that. Who are you with? Oh, sorry. You can carry on. Who are you with?
So we've got the weeks down the bottom here, and we've got the flu. We've got the flu. Cases.
And it's all different types of flu. It's influenza B, 3 different types.
Lineage not determined.
Influenza A, 5 different types of influenza A. So this is all over the whole world, the total number of cases of flu. And it starts in week 41 of last year, which is where we were 1 week ago, week 41 of the year. Very low. We see a big increase as we're getting into December. Because if you look here, I've got the weeks written down. All right, so you can see which number weeks are. Got all that. Like I said, you've got to get up early in the morning to catch me out. Yeah. So we go back. So week number 1, first week of January, 40,000 cases worldwide of influenza across the spread. And we see it peak in week 6. So what week is week 6? Week 6, here we go. It's the 3rd of February. This is before coronavirus was actually declared a worldwide pandemic. Okay, we go back. Week 3 here. Peaking week 6. Is that week 6 I just did? Yeah, sorry, week 6. Now, we see it petering off. By week 12, it's about to drop off to next to nothing. So week 12 was March the 16th.
And that's just before.
March the 11th was when it was announced.
Yeah, but we went into lockdown on the 23rd.
The 23rd.
So
this is before.
This is a week before.
Yeah. So
we
basically,
went into lockdown.
The good news is, everybody, as we show here, global flu now, we are now here at we're in week 42 now. Throughout the whole summer, remember, this is flu season for the Southern Hemisphere because this is global. 55 countries went into these numbers. So right here, we should normally be seeing this graph showing flu season in the Southern Hemisphere.
But there's nothing. There's not one case.
And week 16, where flu drops off here.
And don't forget, this is 8 different types of influenza.
Week 16, that's April the 13th. So that is the peak of coronavirus or COVID-19 in the UK, I believe, or the start of the peak of deaths.
Of deaths, in inverted commas.
Deaths within 28 days.
Deaths with COVID, not from COVID. Yeah.
We've got a comment here from King Arthur. Big up King Arthur. Salute to you.
So we've got with the 6,000 plus cases.
60,000.
60,000 plus cases, beg your pardon. Do you think the corrupt government will lock us down next week?
Well, King Arthur, I've said it in.
You made a prediction.
I've made a prediction, and someone has tried to pull me up in the comment section about a claim I made. In this month, there are 2 full moons. One was on the 1st of October, and one was on the 31st. And I have read and double checked it that it is a blue moon and a harvest moon.
And the blue moon only happens every
3 years.
Every 3 years.
So the harvest moon happens once a year, but a blue harvest moon with these 2 full moons in is every 36 to 40 years. So now, on October the 1st, on the first full moon of this very rare cycle, Boris announced the rule of 666.
6 feet apart. Yeah. 6 people, 6 feet apart. 6 months.
6 months.
The 666 rule.
My prediction, King Arthur, that I'm going to stick with is we go for a full national lockdown on or before October the 31st.
Which, because look, I don't know how many people who are watching this have looked at our one of our previous videos that me and Lance did on Satanism and the dark occult.
Yeah.
We briefly touch on the astrological side of things and
this
all the lunar cycles and stuff like that, which all these guys are well entwined with, and they always like to do fucked up shit on these significant times of lunar and sun, events.
Certain dates of the year, which relate to the equinox, are very important to these people because they have increased levels of energetic resonance.
Again, Mark Passio, if you go to whatonearthishappening.com, he goes into detail. Don't forget, he's been in these circles of these Satanists, in these dark occultists. He knows what they do, and they celebrate holidays that aren't even at times that we know about. They're like mid-season. I think they celebrate one in end of January, start of February, which is like kind of mid-winter. I know they do one in May, which is really fucked up. I think it's from May the 13th. It's like
big up gig,
sacrificing kids to Baal for the whole.
What's
days.
that one?
Really
it's the 13 days of sacrifice one. Yeah,
and that's when they're the most kids are supposed to be sacrificed. It's literally one of the most fucking dark periods of the year. There's a lot of dark energy going out at that time.
For sure.
But yeah, definitely check that video out, the Satanism and Dark Occult video on Lance's channel. Again, anyone that's just joined the chat doesn't really know about it. We've got the platform, both of us from Facebook. Lance is in the works of getting a backup channel on a different platform for all his videos and subscribers. So we're going to hopefully get everyone moved over to a different platform in the next few weeks. once we're sorted, because I don't know how.
I've got all these videos backed up. Don't worry, they're all backed up.
We got all the content, but we haven't got the if the platform goes, then all the subscribers have gone, obviously. So we need to get as many subscribers over to a new platform when we've got one established.
So remember, get me on Instagram. I'll put it up. _L_MC.
I am on Instagram. I'm not really that active on Instagram.
This is my Instagram, guys. Add me.
If you want to check my Instagram out, I'm Mr_Shreddy with 3 Ds. I'll check that out. I'll stick on Mr_Shreddy with 3 Ds. That's me. If you want to send me some stuff, you got any research that you want me to take a look into, or say, yeah, feel free to add me, send me some stuff. I don't really post that much on Instagram, but you know, feel free to send me some bits. Yeah, like we said, we're trying to get a new. Lars is going to get a backup platform with a backup channel for all of his stuff, because obviously we all know that YouTube is owned by Zuckerberg as well, and it's only a matter of time before we get taken down.
Yeah, big up the talk about the. We got BitShooter. I'm having problems uploading stuff to BitShoot. I put 3 videos on there, and it just still says processing.
And that was last night.
Yeah. Don't know what's going on.
So if anyone in the chat knows anything about BitShoot and is sort of familiar with this platform,
I hope you're having a good Friday night, guys. I'm just gonna go for a piss. I'll be back in a minute. Just chill out. We'll keep rolling. What are we on? Hour and 10. We'll go for 2 hours.
Yeah. What we got in the chat? What's going on in the chat? So we've got Instagram. So Sarah Pack, the blue moon will be a blood moon too. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the lunar cycles that much, but possibly, who knows? Take a look into that. Maybe someone Google that, check it out. Mark Passy, George Cara, so many I can't even list, and I don't care what part of the planet they were born on. Oh yeah, absolutely doesn't matter where they come from. So yeah, these are all people, good research. Jario, you I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Jario Benu. So yeah, all great researchers there. I know, I definitely know Bill Hicks and Manny P. Hall. Mark Passio I'm very familiar with at the moment. I'm a pretty serious student of his work. So yeah, you're obviously good, well, familiar with all these researchers. Yeah. So Juliana, it's the sacrifice moon, All Hallows Eve. Yeah, shady times, October 31st, sacrifice moon. With the harvest moon, blue moon and the harvest moon, shady times. So fluid poor patriot, blue blood moon. So that's what sort of Juliana was saying, sacrifice moon. Interesting. If anyone watching this in the chat knows about the significance of a harvest moon and a blue moon combined on Halloween, on All Hallows Eve, you know, that this may be a very significant time or event coming up. If that's we'll call it just, you know, their lunar calendar.
Blue harvest moon, come on.
A blue harvest moon, a blue moon with a harvest moon combining on All Hallows Eve.
Once every 36 years, enter the 36 chambers. So Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Jizza the RZA. Yeah.
Inspector Deck was always my favourite in the Wu-Tang lyrically. So
have we got any Wu-Tang fans in here, right? I don't know if you've noticed in the studio. I'll move out of the way. Up over here. Shit. Got an original. Can you see that original Jizza poster over here? Turn the light on. That's an original Jizza poster from 1997. And if you go over there to the Method Man's signature.
So yeah, here we go.
That is signed by the Method Man. I'll do a little thing about some of my hip hop memorabilia. Before the Kabbalistic wizards took away my livelihood. I used to be quite a successful combat sports MC, and I used to do. I show down here. I've got loads of signed gloves. Like, oh yeah,
lots of knickknacks.
Yeah, we've got lots of knickknacks. I signed memorabilia, so I was getting like Tyson, AJ, all that kind of stuff signed
before the
apocalypse,
the fake pandemic hoax.
Before the hoaxalypse happened, life was really good.
Anyway, so what we got in the chat then?
Okay.
I was thinking about Halloween
Mate,
and the adrenochrome. It may not.
Jerry Bennu's probably going to get best comments of the night.
Yeah, he has done some banging comments.
Randy, the Whitney killer sang about Blue Moon. Yeah.
Get Joanne Goodwell's comment up there. Let's see what she's saying.
I was thinking about
Halloween and the adrenochrome. I thought about Hansel and Gretel going to his house and she lures them in with sweets so she can eat them. So yeah, cannibalism is basically, you know, in a little children's nursery rhyme, little fairy tale or whatever. We got a depiction of cannibalism there from a witch in the forest luring kids in with sweets.
Let's go. Let's see words, right? Because we got about words are important, right?
It's all in the language.
All in the language. Let's get up the word cannibal. This is quite interesting. If anyway, is it etymologically?
Yeah, that's right.
I can't fucking say it. Right, the word cannibal is very interesting. Where's the bit where you break down the word? Cannibal. No, that's kind of annoying. Well, in a nutshell, right, if you break down the word cannibal, you have Canaan and you have Baal. Cannibal. So, eating human flesh is synonymous with human sacrifice.
And the
Canaanites, the Phoenicians, the original bloodlines that practiced the blood rituals of the sacrifice.
The dark wizards from Atlantis.
The ones that worshipped Baal, they would burn the babies in the fire to Baal. So we've got this connection with Canaanites and Baal. Let's fucking go in. Let's go in about something, yeah? Let's talk about Baal worship.
Again, we've got nothing to lose digitally now, guys.
They've already taken everything.
I've got about 50 friends on Facebook from, you know.
I feel sorry for Jacob. Big up JJ.
Yeah, big up Jacob.
Jacob's one of my good friends who I took through the portal many moons ago when I used to fancy myself as a bit of a
wizard.
Oh, there it is. There's the word. Etymologically. Oh, fuck's sake. Etymology. Everything is connected. You're absolutely fucking right. It is all connected. Big up yourself. Etymology.
That's why what Mark Passio says is we are all the same. We're all one consciousness. So any negative output from any of us will be felt by someone else.
Because we're all the same, isn't it?
So that's it. It doesn't, you know, that's why they're trying to put out this. They're trying to basically, with all this fear in the media, they're trying to lower the vibrational frequency of the planet, of the population, so that the fucking everyone just is submissive and just docile and not, you know, won't fight back in any way. This is what they're trying to do, try and lower the vibration.
Oh, look at this, what Sarah Pack's just said. Big up Sarah Pack. Badass.
Yeah, she does some good comments.
Sarah Pack's on point. Look up Heck 293.
Oh, bang.
Right, Elijah, aka Magic, said this to me the other day. He's one of my top researchers. He used to flood my Facebook Messenger with research. And he said about Heck 293, kidney lining fetal cells to flavour food. Disgusting.
And I'm a chef. I mean, there's no way I'm putting any of that shit in what I'm cooking.
Oh, this comment right here.
So QZ Divine Nature again. The Netflix series Dark Crystal is about child abduction and taking the essence fluid from the children. Check.
All right, this is what it's all about, right? Okay. So, videos.
The Dark Crystal.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
You've seen the new one. We're talking about the new Dark Crystal. Me and my fiance, Evelyn, she is heavily into this stuff as well. And she has always said from day one, the Dark Crystal, right? Holy shit. So basically, Earth is this little wonderland and we're these little gelflings. And Mother Earth was tricked to fly away to look at the stars years ago by these things called the Skepsies.
Oh, mate.
Oh, mate. Right, okay. And yeah, let me fast forward, right? Yeah, so we're these little gelflings, right? And we live in this like connected universe with all nature, a bit like Avatar. But they're all. I tell you what, if you haven't seen Dark Crystal,
check it out.
look at this. This is the fact. The stream looks good, man. I'm very pleased with this. I might have to pay for StreamYard because this is the free version. It gets like £20 a month.
It's definitely worth £20.
Guys, it's the Lance and Gab. Gab.
Yeah,
I'm on Gab. I'm on Gab.
We spoke about Gab earlier. That's like it's similar to Facebook. Again, it's free speech.
Where's he gone?
There you go. Oh man,
Right,
Jerry.
okay. Jaro Benu. I'm going to put my Gab up right now, mate. I've got Gab. I made it yesterday. This is what it's all about. We didn't know about making the live stream today. We were going to make a normal video. I'm so glad we've done the live stream. It's really good to get to interact with everybody. And when I worked out, you can put those comments on the screen. Boom.
It's good because that means everyone can interact with each other.
Yeah, hold extra level. Right, log in. Give everyone my Gab. Follow me.
Give me friends. I want to be a real boy.
Oh, I've got 19 followers since yesterday. I want to be a real boy. No, wait a minute. Copy. How do I share? I'm sorry.
Alex Jones up there.
Yeah. Even Alex Jones is allowed on Gab. Right, here's my Gab, everyone. Please add me. Because this is where I'm going to post the real shit. Right, on Facebook, on a daily basis, how many posts do you reckon I was making a day? 20?
Yeah.
Easily 20.
Yeah, sometimes 30 or 40.
This is what I'm so. This is if it was a proper weekend and I've decided I'm rabbit holing on a Friday, we're talking 50 posts a day. I wasn't talking about. Does anybody think that Hunter Biden looks a little bit like Isaac Cappy?
R.I.P.
Cappy. R.I.P.
Yeah, because our man Cappy did some great work.
Well, that's a good page. So what we've got here, look at this, the Great Reset. Oh yeah, here's a good channel. Black Pigeon, you know about Black Pigeon Speaks?
Yeah.
Black Pigeon Speaks, Felix Rex. He's sort of a bit of a right-wing-ish black pill merchant, but fucking amazing analyst. One of those dudes that lives in the East. He lives in Tokyo. One of those white guys that went to live in the East who got so fucked up with cultural Marxism. I know how he feels. I've lived in the East, and it's much better, mate. Much better. Right, so what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
We got Jerry up there again.
I thought Gav was the put that comment up. Jared Benu. I thought Gav was the name of the handsome lad next to you, Lance. No, this is Andy. Do you want his number? No, he's not single.
My name's Andy. No, I'm not single. I'm a man, thanks. Check out some of our Pizzagate videos from earlier.
Yeah, let's get my channel up.
Yeah, let's get.
Here's what I want to do. Left-handed, right. So, guys, talk about Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden.
Oh, right, okay.
So there's really interesting information that Liz Crocken, she posted a few days ago about Hunter Biden, and it would suggest that he's actually he's working for the White Hat, and he's actually deliberately trying to expose his father because apparently he had one of these satanic bloodline family upbringings where he was just fucking abused, and he might be now going through healing therapy, and now he's working with White Hats to try and bring down the cabal who fucking tortured him for years.
If you've got a laptop and you're part of them, and you're on your laptop is incriminated evidence not only to you but to the whole infrastructure of your family, including pictures of child porn, a picture of you with a crack pipe or a fucking ice pipe in your mouth. Do you really think? No, Andy, we did. Oh no, don't worry. We'll go into more of what Giuliani has said. But so there's pictures of child porn. There's pictures of him with a drugs pipe in his mouth. There's deals with him involving Russia, involving China.
There's stuff about child sacrifice.
The guy's going down. I'm quite scared of a man in heat running after me. All right, calm down. I can't believe that about his childhood. Yeah, let's talk about everything is connected. Let's talk a little bit about RSA, ritualistic satanic abuse. What most people forget to realise is it is generational.
So basically, what it is, if you, I'll tell you what, everyone, if you want to hear some really fucked up shit about child sacrifice and ritualistic mind control, and with trauma-based abuse, then go to Mark Passio's webpage, whatonearthishappening.com, and go onto his podcasts and go to episode 17. Right, he has a whistleblower from an Illuminati bloodline family who was a victim and is now he's going through healing from trauma-based mind control from his whole childhood, and he goes into real fucked up detail about rituals, about stuff that he was involved in, about what they used to do to him on a daily basis, like to control his mind. And
is it on here?
Yeah, it's on podcast.
Right, so this is the one we talk about.
So,
Mark Passio, we've got to big up this guy. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah, this guy, I follow this guy's work like relentlessly. He's got so much knowledge. He was in these circles of these dark occultists. He was basically a full-blown Satanist. And once he got to a certain level, he realized what the fuck it was about and got out of it. And he actually talks in depth about, their techniques of mind control, because that's what Satanism is. It is basically mind control.
Yeah, it's a deep understanding of our psychology
and how the brain works. And in episode 17 of this, there's a guy called Neo. His name is Neo. He is a survivor from an occult. Can we play some, Lance?
Yeah.
Play just a little.
Stop the music. Yeah.
We'll just play a little.
So
bit.
Going back to what Andy said about Hunter Biden, right? If it's true that Hunter is really part of this satanic network, has grown up into it,
and has been as a victim of this trauma-based mind control with ritualistic abuse. Click in about 10 minutes because he always does a little intro, and he'll have this Neo guy who's here. This is the guy,
and the victim would have a.
So this guy, this is Neo. This gentleman's called Neo. He's a whistleblower, and he's a victim of trauma-based mind control from a direct Illuminati bloodline family. And he goes into some detail. We're just going to play a little bit, okay?
A realization of what was going on to them. And I'll discuss that later. My first years of abuse simply started in the cradle. My father would force me to fillet him while my mother stood behind him.
Can I just put a warning out for some graphic content coming up? So anyone who is a bit squeamish, anyone who's got some kids in the room or anything like that, just be aware. Might want to turn it down or sort of distract them with something, all right?
Yeah, hopefully you can hear this clearly as well.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you can hear, guys.
This went on in the cradle for as long as I was in the cradle. My mother would be looking at me over my father's shoulder with a total spirit of disgust and anger, while my father was enjoying the sexuality he was receiving from me. One of the things that causes people to become mind control slaves is a basic dissociation caused in the brain by trauma and by receiving two dissimilar signals into your biological computer, your brain, at the same time. So you would have two opposite things going on simultaneously, which causes a basic confusion in your mind. This is done constantly in an Illuminati family. Basically, my father would enjoy himself at my, I was just a baby, so I didn't know what I was doing. But after he was done enjoying himself, he would then physically pinch and twist my body so that I was suffering in pretty severe pain. And the energy that my father would give off while he was receiving his pleasure from me, and then followed by quick, sharp torture, is what is the primary basis of the Illuminati system of making a slave and programming the mind.
So basically, that's just a little snippet there of Neo. Okay, this is a guest on Mark Passio's podcast. That's episode number 17. Okay, on the website whatonearthishappening.com. Okay, episode number 17, podcast number 17. Okay, this guy's called Neo. He's a victim of trauma-based mind control. And what he's basically just talking about there in that little snippet is how the Illuminati create multiple personalities, multiples. Okay, so that is basically what he's saying is that he was a little baby in a cradle. His father used to receive pleasure from him in whatever way, and then his mother would be behind his father looking at him, and then, you know, in disgust. So he'd be like his father looking happy, and then his mother behind him in disgust, and then he'd get, you know, tortured quickly, and then it'd go back to, you know, his father being happy, then it'd be upset, and this basically splits the brain. It's really fucked up, man. This is an MK Ultra technique, which goes back, you know, back to the Nazis. They were developing this these methods, and this is how the Illuminati create these multiples. So there's a speech I shared it on our cognitive dissonance page, RIP. That was that was right when we started it, and it was English. I will try and find it, maybe for another. We'll feature it in another episode. It's about 8 minutes long, and it's worth actually playing the whole thing in its entirety. Because there's a guy in London, I can't remember his name, but he goes in. It was when David Cameron was the Prime Minister of the UK, and he actually goes in. And he talks about trauma-based mind control, and he says. I dread to think what sort of upbringing you had, Mr. Cameron, live at a protest to thousands of people. And I know David Cameron would have watched this as the Prime Minister, because this was in London. And that, you know, people like Boris Johnson, you know, Theresa May, people like that, all these politicians, they've all been in these Illuminati bloodline families and all been subject to this trauma-based mind control to create these multiples, so that they are literally slaves to these people in their brain. It's really, you know, if you want to learn about this stuff, it's really quite fucking graphic. But for the serious student, I will urge you to go to whatonearthishappening.com and start the podcasts from Mark Passio from episode 1. And really check it out, because they go into depth. But anyway,
we can't recommend this enough.
Yeah, we can't recommend this strongly enough. But yeah, anyway, if you just want to go and hear some fucked up shit about trauma-based mind control from a victim, go to the podcast in episode number 17 and check that out, guys. It's about 2 hours long, and it really, he goes into such detail. It is really eye-opening. So yeah, that's that. What we're going to move on to next, what do you want to talk about next?
I don't know if you guys can even hear the background music, but it makes it a bit nicer for us, so we don't just hear our voices too much. Yeah, so we've covered a lot. We started talking about censorship. We started talking about you know, what's happened to us personally. Let's go like that a minute. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Let's do some comments. QZ Divine Nature. Human and child trafficking is our next big issue that we as a people need to stand up for. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely right.
That is the tape that connects the tapestry in these dark occultists, is the child trafficking and the sex magic, and using the innocent energy of children to invoke these dark entities and deities from wherever these people are coming, or wherever these energies are coming from. That's how they do it. They use the innocent energy of children. That is, unfortunately, if you go to Lance's first ever little short video about his channel, the pre-phase video, he says on there, there's warring factors in these elite globalists societies, and they're not all on the same side, and there is warring factors, and these dark energies and deities that are worshipped and used are sometimes against each other in the so we've got King Arthur. Isn't POTUS taking down all the child sex trafficking? Well, that's what
he certainly invested in the last presidential order, $100 million. Listen, if it wasn't for COVID 1984, I would have been covering this a lot on the station. I had episodes lined up of tabs and tabs and tabs of the mass arrests
which is
all
still,
over the world.
It's still going to come.
Which is still going to come. But the fact is, the station has been hijacked because, pardon me, COVID-1984
is taking the front seat.
It's taking the front seat. It's the biggest thing that's facing us. But yeah, child trafficking networks, the little gophers seem to be taken out first all around the world.
It's like a game of chess. You don't, what do you do first in a game of chess? You take out a few pawns.
Yeah, you never go straight for the king.
Take out a few pawns, then a few bishops, then a few knights, then a few, to get to the king and the queen. You don't just go straight for the. No, that's why
I'm not so sure. Juliana is doubtful whether President Trump is actually doing it. Okay.
Again, like I said earlier,
Juliana, are you ready? Let's do it. I've got something. Prepared.
Let's talk Trump. Let's talk
Trump. No. Let's talk about the takedown Trump. Because if I'm not correct, I'm going to go to my bookmarks, right? Episode 1. Bear with me, people, because Obama Gate, Chelsea, Rockefeller, John Benet Ramsey. These are all the right. Okay, wait. I've got something. Hold on, people. Oh man, Wildfire, Ramsey, Serco. No, you've got to bear with me because I've got a big list of links of all the huge amounts of child trafficking takedowns. Let me find it. I haven't even presented this information yet. I'm going to present it right now for you. Fucking exclusive. Hold on a minute. Bear with me, guys. Open a drink, roll up a spliff or something. Right. Other bookmarks. Episode 1. John Benet Ramsey. This is disappointing. Chrome bookmarks. Maybe it's on my notes. Let me get it. Sorry, everyone. Please don't log off or anything. I'm just trying to find this. Notes list. Serco. I'll show you my notes. Some of these notes I can't even share. I'll just get shut down straight away. Okay, here we go. Right. Lockdown, crackdown. I have it. Okay. Right. I've got some links. People. Right. So this was posted back in August. And all of these takedowns were in 30 days of Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's do the first one. Copy. I found my child trafficking list.
Oh, it's so smoky in here.
Oh no, yeah, it's fucking well smoky in here. Right, so no, sorry, this is back in June the 18th. 200 suspects based in the United Kingdom, child exploitation and online protection. Smashed a global internet paedophile ring. They rescued 31 children. So this is June the 13th.
So I think if we're talking about the child sex trafficking rings that are being taken down, I think if anyone wants to look into it, a good place to start will be the Ndrangheta gang.
Ndrangheta, it's hard to say. Ndrangheta. I've got a whole presentation ready to go on Ndrangheta.
So these guys are literally the top mafia of the world. That's why you've never heard of them.
Yeah. Next up, police in Germany investigate 30,000 potential suspects in the paedophile probe. What you'll notice is, if I was to go into each one of these articles, you'll either find that the Department of Justice from the US or Interpol is involved. And the DOJ works through Interpol because remember, it was Trump's executive order of 2017 that said anyone that is involved in international human or child trafficking
can have all their assets.
All assets stripped, their fair game.
Financial.
Okay, so that's one. Next up. Here we go. This is a biggie. 116 human traffickers arrested, 1,500 victims rescued. Well, hold on a minute. I've got lots of these. For me to present all of these will take fucking ages. So this is all earlier on this year, July the 10th. Go away. All over the world, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons on Thursday said the agency apprehended 116 traffickers and rescued 1,500 victims. Oh, sorry, that's over 4 years. The national agency on Thursday said the agency in no fewer than victims in 4 years. Okay, so that's 4 years. Well, how long is 4 years?
4-year operation.
That's the Trump presidency.
From 2016.
Yeah, this all kicked off in 2016. Next up, Florida. I'm just going to read them out. Let me bring them over here. I don't need to get them all up because these are all links. I'll put them up if anyone doesn't believe me.
Again, no, we're going to drop these in a proper.
Florida,
proper
6 arrested in human trafficking bust, 5 women rescued. Pennsylvania, 8 arrested. Spain, 12 arrests, 1,000 victims rescued. These are all in 1 month. Italy, 10 arrested in a sex trafficking ring. Washington, 12 charged in a human trafficking ring. Georgia, 1 arrested, 2 girls rescued. This is all within 30 days of Ghislaine Maxwell announcing the arrest. Oh, sorry, the arrest of her being announced. Maryland, businessman paid £90,000 for sex trafficking operation, federal charges. Wayfair accused. Georgia, 25 arrested in human trafficking. Idaho, 9 arrested. I've got all these links if anybody wants them. These are all real links. I'm not just reading a random list here. Florida, 1 arrested. California, $21 million operation stopped. Netherlands, 6 arrested. This is only in 30 days in July. You have to remember this. When I first started investigating this back in March,
Virginia, 30 paedophiles arrested.
Yeah, and since then, remember, there was that operation fucking something like, and they got 17.
Operation Dark Tonight.
That's it. 17 missing children were rescued. 17 missing children rescued across 3 states
By the US Marshals.
So, Juliana, please, I'm more than happy to send you all of these links. And remember, these links I've just presented here are from only 30 days.
Again, Juliana, we are like, if Trump is just one side to the same coin, then from what we can see, he's just the slower destruction of the world. So it is still the lesser of 2 evils. Whether you believe he's good or not is beside the point. From what I can tell, he is the lesser of 2 evils. I'm not saying I agree with everything in his administration or his policies, everything that has done. Or
yeah,
like that.
Since Trump, basically, Juliana, what we're talking about in the last 3 years is human trafficking arrests
from 2016
and rescues of children and women have gone through the roof.
If you look at the stats, not mainstream media stats.
Yeah, you can't trust mainstream media stats.
If you look at the stats from when Trump took office, if you look at the stats from any president to rescue the most missing children, minors, whatever you want to call them, and arrest the most paedophiles or child traffickers or people involved with missing children, like criminally, then Trump tops.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no one
the top Trump. Any other president.
Right. Dauntless Dialogue. They did an amazing master list of the arrest, and it only went up to late 2000.
Juliana, don't watch MSN. No, we're not saying you do. I'm just saying if you want to look at the stats, look at the stats and to see the numbers of Trump in Trump's administration. The children saved and the paedophiles arrested is far more than any other presidency. So whether he is, one side to the same coin, and it is again just Hegelian dialectic, then
let's face it, he is another side of the coin. But if it's the other side of the coin,
don't forget. Don't underestimate the New World Order agenda. Right, one president can only be in office for 8 years. Even if Trump gets in another 4 years, who's his successor going to be? What's going to happen then? Worst case, maybe people like George Soros and the other globalists are just thinking, "Fuck." Worst case scenario is he gets in another 4 years, and we just have to wait a bit longer.
Yeah.
But, it could just be the slower destruction of America and subsequently the rest of the fucking world. But from what I can tell personally, I think he's doing some things and signing some executive orders which are going against the New World Order.
Jaru's making some really good points here. I'm just going to go back to what he said. I sense a neutrality from Trump. People need to stop being sheeple. Yeah, he's at least neutral. And look,
he even said nationally that mandatory vaccines aren't going to be a thing, because even out of his mouth, he said not everyone's going to want it, and he didn't even make a big thing about it. He was like, "Yeah, not everyone's going to want it. Of course not, and of course not everyone's going to want it." Like it wasn't even a big thing.
And so, look what happened when Trump apparently got COVID. When he apparently got coronavirus, he went into the hospital.
That Jarrow again. Sorry, Lance. We are with Neo. Yes, you are. Look, honestly,
we are the Neo. We are the fucking Neo.
Check episode 17 of his podcast, Neo, the survivor, the victim. He's really brave for coming forward and going into the detail, because I'm sure he's got to get some back with that. Sorry,
let's see what Joanne's saying.
There's some really good comments.
Yeah, guys, thank you for staying with the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Johnny G, Double NFC. What are your views on Q? Should we go there? Should we do it?
That might be good. Goodbye to the stream.
No, okay, let's do it. Let's be honest. We've got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll tell the story like
we'll refer to that letter as 17. Should we?
Yes,
call
the
it 17?
17. The Q.
Because stop saying that.
Sorry, the C.
Because
Okay, so
let's talk about 17.
When I first before I come across the 17th letter, I'd already worked out that Donald Trump was not supposed to be president of the United States. I'd already said to myself, no way is this guy working for the same team as the Clinton and the Obama faction and even the Bush faction, because at the end of the day, Bush might have been a Republican. He still does the same work as the Obamas. And
George Bush Sr. was a Republican. 100% Republican.
Yeah. No, they both work, but it doesn't matter about Democrat or Republican.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It is the Hegelian dialectic.
So the point is, when I came across Q in November 2018, I was in Thailand. When Mrs. came over to meet me, and I saw the first Q post, and I was instantly impressed. I was like, whoa, what is... I need to go back to the comments. Who put this together? Trump did not go to Epstein Island. Fucking good point.
No.
Q said Israel last. Why? Because you've got to work with Israel to the last minute, because Israel has still got their finger on the Samson option.
Don't forget, the whole world, if you want to know where runs the world, it's Israel, Mecca, and the Vatican. That's it. That's the three places that run the world, the three locations that run the world.
Trump was the lesser of two evils, Jason Rennick.
Is the lesser of two evils. Is. What's this past tense?
Yeah, no past tense.
He's not been assassinated yet.
What have we got here? What if our constitution was overrode when the USA bankrupted?
Let's get back to Q. Get back to Q, lots.
Sorry, we're going off chat. So Q. When I first saw Q, I was instantly impressed with whoever has put all of this information together that I've been researching for 20 years, and they've put it together
in such a compact.
It was like a code. It was like a codex. It was very militaristic from the first time I saw it, and I kept my eye on it. So then I looked at what the mainstream media said about it. Obviously, mainstream media said a far right, dangerous
conspiracy theory.
Well, I'm not being funny, but I think that calling something a right-wing tinfoil hat conspiracy theory is essentially like the mark of authenticity for anything that you might want to investigate. I'm not saying
that's
anything
like
they say is
made
true.
in Great Britain stamped on a product. You're going to buy it.
Yeah. So we think. Who's this? Have to talk with me at NMC info. You'll have to talk with me. We'll do
Fluid Poor Patriot. Let's get some.
Mate, can we not add you to the stream?
Yeah.
Have you Fluid Poor Patriot? Have you got like Zoom or Skype? We could add you to the stream. How do you fucking do that, man? Invite someone. Oh, look at this. Okay, first person. Copy to clipboard. Right, this is how you come to the stream. Fluid Poor Patriot. You want to come into the stream? Do it. Let's do it. So let's get Fluid Poor Patriot. Let's get someone from the US, and we'll talk about Q. Because we're with you, mate. I know we're from the belly of the beast. We're from original Babylon, second Babylon, Babylon. Before we came over that side of the pond, and we fucked that as well. Here's the stream. If you want to jump in on the stream, if you've got Zoom or you've got Skype, I believe that you can actually use this link, and you can just jump in on the stream.
There you go, Fluid Poor Patriot.
Yes, this is it. Q is military intelligence under Department of Energy Q clearance. Army of North Virginia, yeah? That's where our research has taken us. Army of North Virginia.
A very small amount of people.
A group of digital patriots embedded within.
With a few high level and fairly old generals and high level military personnel, some retired, from what I could tell.
So what I'm saying,
so there's other rumours, especially from people like Titus Frost, that it's actually the Q is ran by General Flynn.
Yeah, General Flynn. They reckon Dan Scavino might be in on it as well.
But he said that the actual, there's rumours, not Titus Frost hasn't said this, but it's come up that it's a possibility that General Flynn might be running the Q operation, the Q intel operation.
I think General Flynn is Q. I do. I think at the end of the day, right, with all of his posts, he's got his whole family to do the where we go and where we go.
Yeah, that's it. He's certainly he did the digital soldier speech. Whether he's running it or not, he's definitely part of it. You know, getting his whole family to do that. He's openly talking about it. It's, you know. Anyway, get back to Q, Lance, with your with what you feel about it.
I feel that, look, the information inside Q, in my opinion, it didn't say anything I didn't already know, but it added some detail and some meat to the bones of things that I was already fully aware of. So,
I can connect us some dots.
So, if this is a psyop, why would the intelligence agency...
I'll just interject there, right? If it is a psyop, it is the cruelest fucking psyop
it's the best one ever
committed, and it is the best.
Because right, here's the story. People think that what Q is it's a psyop to disarm and to neutralise people like me and Andy, people like Patriot Poor, people like red-blooded
David Icke,
people like David Icke,
anyone speaking against the mainstream narrative and against the mainstream elite.
But at the start of this Great Awakening, back in February or March, when Spoken Word Nerd, big up Spoken Word
Nerd, absolutely.
When Spoken Word Nerd, who is a left-wing activist for years, and he's worked...
He was on episode 1.
Episode 1. He's worked with people to do with the UN, to do with Soros. He's been there, right? And he says, Q is the military. And I already worked this out. He said, when he phoned me out of the blue, I never spoke to this guy before. You see my post on Facebook, he told me, he said, Q is the US military.
Intelligence.
And he said, look, I'm a left-wing activist. I should hate Donald Trump. I'm anti-war. He's an anti-war activist. But what he'd worked out was...
We got FLUID POUR PATRIot.
Oh, FLUID POUR PATRIot!
He's ready to go. He's coming in.
Yes!
What's up, guys?
Oh, shit, he's turning you down.
Am I...
He's got the US flag there in the background. Top man.
Guys?
Can you turn your speaker down?
Am I...
Yeah, because we haven't got the headsets.
Okay, hold on. Background.
Fucking banging.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Speaking to our cousin from across the pond.
We salute you.
Hold on just a sec. I'm sorry about that mess, bro.
No problem, mate. This is the first time for us, and we're using the microphone in the webcam. We haven't got a headset sorted out.
We haven't got a mic.
Gotcha.
We're used to recording a show. We plan a show. We get our links up. I use...
This is so much better than
this is much better. I use a little camera here, and then I edit it in Adobe. So it's totally new, man. This is wicked. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
First guest ever, man. I'm crazy about it. Thanks. Hey, yeah, so we've got so much going on over here, man, trying to wake people up. And, you know, we're fighting the same battle, but we're being silenced here too. Now, Q is a plan of the military intelligence, as far as I understand it, okay? There was a team. Trump was not picked, or he did not choose to run by himself, I don't think. I think the military recruited him based on going through his personal past.
I was informed he was asked to run for president.
Yeah, he was asked to run for president by a team. They had to take out Mike Flynn because Mike Flynn was the key to taking out Trump, so that all of the stuff would remain quiet. You know what I'm saying? Under wraps.
Just go into a bit more detail on that.
Yeah, explain that, because people this side of the pond aren't so au fait with the relationship between General Flynn, the military, and how all that works. Because, you know, we read into that.
We know General Flynn. He's a 3-star general. He was, you know, semi-retired. He is
absolutely
not really retired.
So
go into a bit more detail about what you just said there.
Okay, all right. So General Flynn was forced out of the military for standing against Obama. He had a lot of stuff that would have put Obama under. So fire him. That's what they did. Now he takes all this, presents it to Trump along with Admiral Mike Rogers, who also,
yeah,
information, NSA, National Security Agency, which Trump put the military over when he became president because they had it all. He knew what was coming. They were taking down this cabal worldwide, this child sex trafficking ring. Not only that, but the adrenochrome, the blood sacrifice, the pedophorism, the consumption, cannibalism. It's disgusting, man.
The sex magic, the dark occultism.
Yes.
Because General Flynn, if I'm not correct,
he was investigating it with his son.
Yeah, and
Him
he was the first guy he was the
investigating.
first guy to hashtag Pizzagate out of the whole administration.
Yeah. That's why and he
hashtag Pizzagate. Not many people in the UK know this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. The hashtag Pizzagate was all over Twitter because of that. I mean, they were trying to get the word out. They started silencing that. They started silencing everybody that was conservative, that believed in that red, white, and blue right behind me. You know, the same colors that you guys have because we're brothers, bro.
Yes,
I'm just saying, like, they.
Where are you from? Can I just interject?
Okay, I grew up in New York State, not New York City. I was way far away from that.
Away from the shit.
Way rural, country, farm, you know. And I joined the Navy in 1995,
So
and I served in 99.
System.
I've been part of the system. You know, I'm not saying I was involved in anything because I really
no. You've been indoctrinated through their system.
Oh yeah, man. The school systems are indoctrinated now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a Marxist takeover of the United States of America.
It's all different indoctrination parts.
And we see that Marxist takeover here as well. It bleeds over here as well. When I went to university, I studied media studies and the humanities. All of my university lecturers were Marxists.
Right.
Yeah, it was all anti-capitalism. It was all breaking down the notions of the nuclear family. And luckily for me, fucking hell, we're going back 15, 16 years ago now, but I was lucky enough to spot it while they were teaching it to me. I didn't allow myself to be indoctrinated. I saw it for what it was, luckily. But, it's been on our education system since the 60s.
Yes, sir. Yep, and it all goes back to what I was saying.
That's so frowned upon if you want to homeschool your children. Then you get so much kickback if you want to in any country. If you want to homeschool your kids, you get so much kickback.
However, in the United States, the government that we had, as crooked as it was, as corrupt as it was, the part of the system that it was, the establishment, the cabal, they wanted to train our kids. They wanted to indoctrinate. We have been deprogrammed in intelligence, not individually, but group general
Yeah.
And we didn't know. We didn't know. We had no idea.
And that's the crazy thing, right? When I see what the mainstream media interpretation of what Q is, you see these like soccer mums and like just average middle of the road people stood there with like down with the cabal, and it's like, holy shit. 5 or 10 years ago, when I first started learning about this stuff, before people called it the cabal, this was really so fucking fringe. And mate, if anything, Q is a psyop. It's a psychological operation to declassify the deepest, darkest shit to people like you and me, and then we can declassify it and water it down to other people. Because at the end of the day, not everyone is going to go on 8chan and look at those drops.
That's right. Not everybody has that.
I've got the app. I get the drops directly. I look at them, then I watch. I don't know about you, but I check out until they got taken down. And we know X22 report, a couple of others. There are only a handful of people I trust.
I used to go on the Patriot Hour with one of their shows. They were 250,000 strong, and they got taken down. Now I guess he's showing over on D Live or something like that.
Just going to get this up, Patriot. Just going to say this is from all walks of life. We've got all types of people.
That's great.
All types of people speaking out against this kind of thing. There's a little. How old do you reckon this little
what's
kid
happened
is?
to Patriot Hour?
What's that?
No, he's still there. He's still there.
No, your camera's disappeared.
Maybe
My
that's
camera disappeared. Let me reconnect
You've got
here.
your audio nice and clear, but your camera's disappeared.
So yeah, this is just a little. I thought this was so funny. I've actually turned this into a T-shirt. This slogan. If you see me with John Podesta, call the cops.
Yeah.
I've actually got some T-shirts that I've
Yeah.
been putting out to these people. But yeah, this is like you said. You've got all types of people here that are talking about this stuff, and it's just it's great, you know.
I'm still here. I think
You're still here. We got you on audio.
Yeah, I think YouTube shut my camera off. I don't know how that works.
Of course they have.
Whatever. The truth. You got to hit the truth, or they wouldn't mess with you.
That's it, exactly. We just got YouTube. Did you know we got deplatformed yesterday? So Patriot thinks YouTube's just turned his camera off. So he's He said it doesn't matter. You know, he's still
That's
there.
okay. As long as you're still there.
Yeah, we're still talking.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you got me on audio. Nobody.
Patriot, where are you? What area of the States are you in now? I know you said you grew up in the outskirts of New York in the rural area.
Yep, and I'm now in Florida. It's a funny story, man. Right, 3 days. No, go ahead and allow 3 days before the COVID lockdown. Thank God to Mrs. Fluid, man. Without her, I'm a freaking mess. No, for real. So I moved to Florida, but 3 days before the COVID lockdown, I'm north of Daytona. Okay, I'm in between Daytona and the border. In a private, I'll tell you exactly where.
I'll say my auntie lived in Fort Lauderdale. You go to Florida every year.
Oh yeah, I've been to Lauderdale. I pulled into Lauderdale while I was in the Navy on the USS Enterprise. It was awesome, man.
Like Key Biscayne, Miami.
Yeah, and I was in the Army.
You were in the Army as well?
Yeah, man. I had a 10-year break in service.
You've been double indoctrinated through 2 systems.
And you know, it's funny you say that. So the Navy loses my medical record apparently. So when I go into the Army, I had to have double shot vaccinations, everything.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Can I just say, I mean this with no disrespect, Patriot. Honestly, it's no disrespect. So are you familiar with Mark Passio?
I've never heard of him until today when you guys were talking about him. I'm going to look him up.
His work. His words are harsh, but don't take them personally by any means. So he says it's all in the language, okay, the English language. The word soldier, okay, you were a soldier, yeah, you've been indoctrinated as a soldier. If you break the word down, soul dire means they kill your soul. You are just a dying soul. A soul dire.
Because what we've got to say, let me just interject.
I mean that with no disrespect.
No. So that means I'm already marked.
It's the same as a cop. If you really want to break it down, okay, the word cop, C-O-P, okay, we say that C-O-P if you spell it, but they, okay, who invented the term, says it's copy, okay, a copy, okay, just one of the same, a copy,
like a drone.
Like cop, it's copy, like you spell it, C-O-P.
Yep.
It's copy. So you're a soul dire, they're a copy. Yeah, it's all in the English language. Again, if you look at that with your, if you realize that, if you look at that with your real eyes, you will see. That's what I mean. It's all in the language.
The cabal runs deep.
It's crazy, dude.
It's crazy. It's just something as small as that, but it's in our subconscious, and we can't get away from it. You know, we pronounce it soldier and cop, but it doesn't. It's still in our subconscious.
Let me just interject. When we talk about the military and people that serve for the military, what we must respect is that
I absolutely
up until this day.
Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you.
The military on both sides.
That actually hit me in a different way than I think what you may have interpreted. It was like, okay, so they've already injected us with all this crap.
Yeah,
so there's when the rapture purge, whatever it is that they say is coming, I don't know if it is even coming. Does that mean that my soul is dead and I don't proceed forward? I don't see.
Now you're talking about it. You're healing.
It was a vain attempt.
You're healing. Yeah, it's a vain attempt. Yeah, they didn't do it. It didn't work.
What I wanted to say is that, you know,
it's the system. It's the system. A soul dire. That's the system.
What we need to respect is that the military in the US and the UK and all around the world, up until hopefully 2017, has been used as the attack dog.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I served in Iraq, so I know that you go all the way back to the Kennedy assassination, which was proven with documentation and release of information under the declassifications that George Bush Sr. was involved in the plan to take out JFK, as well as to take out Reagan.
Snap. It's Matt, you've done your research, my man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got JFK, you've got the involvement in 9/11, you got Operation Bluebeam, Operation Paperclip. You've got all these different things, brother, that all
Operation
play.
Paperclip is something that I've looked into a lot recently. I've looked at it for years, but recently a great deal. Because what I wanted to make the link was to show to other people is that those Nazi scientists that were taken from the Third Reich and escaped the Nuremberg trial,
They came to America.
they came to America and to the UK
The World War II
and to
never
the
finished.
Soviets.
It just
Okay.
moved.
as well.
Now I don't know where you guys are faith based, but I'm Christian and I believe in the Holy Scriptures, but I also believe in a different manner. But I'm not going to get off on that. But the Scriptures say there was a tree that was hewn down, but the roots were left within the earth, and the roots kept that tree alive. That tree that was hewn down was the Roman Empire. That Roman Empire turned into the Reich. The Reich turned into the Nazis.
The same ideology.
Yep.
Ideology.
Yep.
Ideology.
It's the same ideology.
The Nazis had Greek ideology. And
Yeah.
they
They used
believed
Nordic
in
runes, the SS,
Yeah.
the SS, the double flash. That's a Nordic
Yes.
rune. That
Yeah.
comes from the Celts, yeah?
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is actually the continuation of what I call the Pharistocracy with a PH. And I call it the Pharistocracy as in the word Pharaoh, as in the word Phoenician. Yeah?
Funny.
Yeah, because but funny with an F, not a PH. But where I'm going is that there's this bloodline that has a nature to be fascistic, to be empirical, and to enslave everybody else.
Yeah.
Throughout history, it's gone by many different names. Yeah, and some
Yes.
people have been imposters and claim to be this bloodline. Some people have claimed to be the victims of the bloodline when it's really them. It's always been the same people and different branches of them. And yeah, the Roman Empire was one massive incarnation of it. You can trace it all the way back to Sumer.
Yes, sir.
6,000 years ago. So the first official civilization on planet Earth after the Great Deluge, as described in the Bible, as described in the Epic of Gilgamesh, as described in many different ancient texts, as described in the geological record of the Earth, that there was a cataclysmic deluge event in between 9,500 to 11,500 years ago. That's written in the geological.
100% agree. 100%.
I'm not going to share my. Actually, I will share my
let's share.
beliefs. My beliefs. I don't follow a religion. I just believe in the universal. I'll call it the universal energy, or I just call it the universe.
There you go. That's it.
God.
That's it. We
It's
all
like-
worship it in a different manner. That's all this is. We've been lied to.
The real, the chi, they're all different words.
Yeah,
Exactly the same.
yeah. Like Mark Passio, he calls it the underlying intelligence. It just, if you want to call it God, if you're a Christian, if you're
I call it the infinite creator.
if you're a Buddhist, you call it Buddha. If you're Islam, you call it Muhammad. You know, if you're whatever. I'm not too sure about forgive me if I've misquoted any religious names.
It's totally cool.
You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's not. It doesn't matter what you call it. You know, so you believe in.
And we're all connected, man. We're all one fractal of the whole.
That's
You
what
know
the
what I'm
rap
saying?
That's what I and I means. There's no you and me. There's just
It's
the universe.
us.
I and
Us.
I. Yeah, absolutely.
So what's going on over there, Patriot, at the moment? What do you,
How is the COVID 1984 situation in your?
I still don't know a single freaking person that has it. I
are
don't
you
know.
wearing a mask?
Hands up.
Hell no.
No. Excellent.
Yes.
Top man.
I'm not wearing
Did
that,
you wear
man.
a mask at any point? When
I had to once, and I'll tell you.
Trying to pay for gas, trying to go into a store, anything like that, by not wearing a mask.
Check out. I did a show with Disabled Vets Perspective, and my rights were trampled, bro. But that's a different a different story. But going into whether I had to wear a mask or not, I had to go into the VA for my medical care. They made me wear it, so I kept it down under my nostrils, and I still didn't breathe through it.
Have you guys been? Obviously, it differs there from state to state. But have you guys had to download this any kind of app to track and trace anything like that over there?
And they did it on our phones against our will, dude. We didn't have a choice.
So to enable that, did you guys have to do an update willingly?
It was a forced update.
Forced update, so they do it when you
Yeah, Android, Apple, all of them.
So I go through my phone. I've turned every update off. They can't update. I've turned the microphone off on any of my things, or the camera off on every single.
See, here goes the camera again.
Let's not worry. The important thing is we've got you still on the stream.
So yeah, you have been hindered by not wearing a mask, but you know, as much as you can, you don't wear one.
I don't believe in them.
What about other citizens around you? Are they like-minded like you, or are they following the the bullshit?
They're following the BS, man. They're scared. They don't know. They're unsure. They're brainwashed. They're cognitively dissident.
What's the age group in your town, or like whereabouts you live? What is the typical? Is there loads of old people? Is there loads of young people? Is it a mix? Or
it's a good mix. It's a good mix. I would say probably 65% being retirement age, and the rest of us are families.
You have got a big presence of boomers, baby boomer generation.
Yeah, man.
Which I find they are, without any, again, I don't mean any disrespect to anyone, but I find which includes my parents, that kind of generational group, they are the most susceptible to these mind control techniques and have been the most compliant.
Right.
Is that kind of generation, which is the kind of.
But I see it with the young millennials too.
They've the far left getting to them at a young age.
They have used the police, and this goes back to that comment I made about the 1871 thing that initiated this whole connection. In 1871, the United States declared bankruptcy after the Civil War. Okay, so we had to sell our debt. So we sold our debt to the elitists, the Illuminati, the 13 bloodlines. We sold it to the New World Order, the bankers, the elites. Okay, worldwide. They had control of us. They used us, made us think, brainwashed us to think that this de facto government that they brought into DC was actually over us as original constitution. But our original constitution was still, behind us in the hidden room, if you will, but it still wanted to live. You know what I'm saying? And this is where Trump comes in, brother, because he took and he is dismantling piece by piece the CIA, the FBI. He's maybe not the FBI so much, but he's dismantling this whole thing.
He's taking apart the 3-letter agencies, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's all run under the 3-city state: Rome, Vatican, Washington, D.C., under Vatican, Rome. I mean, finances was headed in London. The Queen had control of us. The monarchy was over working with the Vatican.
The thing is, from what I can tell, my research has led me to believe that there's 3 locations, which is Mecca, the Vatican, and London. And they all answer to the monarchy. These are all offcuts of the same. They all work for the same person.
Exactly, the Swiss Crown Corporation of the United States of America. See, in 1871, they changed one word on our Constitution from the Constitution for the United States of America, which was the original, to the Constitution of.
It's all in the words, Patriot.
Yeah, it's corporate law. It's corporate law. It's not our original constitution.
I made a mistake. I just need to correct myself. Sorry, it's Israel, the Vatican, and Mecca. The 3 locations, and they all answer to the monarchy.
They answer to the monarchy.
Yeah. So it's all based. It's all from the monarchy. It's basically the monarchy owned the fucking globe. That's what it is.
Have you gone to
three tentacles which they work through are the Vatican, Mecca, and
can I ask?
that's the three
But
areas.
do you know what? And they say that the Queen or the UK Crown owns 1/6 of the surface of the Earth. But when you look into
Again,
it,
that's
that's the official. But if you look at the other people that own the land, do you know who the other ones are? It's the monarch of Thailand. Because Thailand is a 100% sovereign monarchy. Like no one can fuck with it. It's just sovereign.
Oh, it's big as well.
There's so much stuff out there that we don't know that's coming at us
Well,
at a million miles a minute, man.
So obscured the mainstream narrative.
So let's take this Q narrative a bit deeper, Patriot. Right?
Yep.
Let's. I mean, and I agree with everything you're saying 100%. So let's take it for face value that Trump is representing a military coup run through the Pentagon to oust the cabal and the triangle of control based through Rothschilds, Soros, Saud's monarchy.
Okay.
Who do you think, or do you think there is any other force behind this white hat Trump military? What are your ideas about that?
Yes. Okay. First off, I'm going to answer Chief 0174. 100%, brother. Weed stops the brainwashing. Every smoker, I know we are awake. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Secondly, you got it almost right, dude. It's not the Pentagon. It's the Department of Energy. If they were to run this through the Department of Defense, if they were to run it through that, they would have many more people that were privy to the confidentiality of the operation itself. So what they had to do is they went to our Department of Energy. Our Department of Energy has a Q clearance. Q.
The highest
clearance. The highest clearance known to mankind here on the earth. They had to run it through there because only 6 or 8 people had the code for the nuclear weapons that we could destroy the world with. They're not going to give them to just anybody. What do you think Hillary Clinton was after? She was after that office. They had her and Obama, man. They had bases here in America. They had evergreen containers with rockets pointed at our own freaking cities.
Evergreen containers. Mate, you're just bombing red pills out here, Patriot. Right, okay, so let's
get a evergreen.
Let's get Evergreen.
Evergreen, Clinton Foundation.
What I very briefly touched on earlier when Lance went to the toilet about Beirut explosion, and there was evergreen container ships, or I know there was definitely one, maybe possibly multiple in the harbour, which was completely destroyed.
Okay, so if people don't know, evergreen is not only the intelligence code word for Hillary Clinton,
her name, her personal
code name. It's also the name of the most prevalent shipping container, open a new tab, you bum, shipping container company in the world,
which ship huge amounts of containers.
Now, if you've seen a shipping container, you've probably seen the evergreen container. And it is alleged that by default, the most substantial shipping container company in the world with the biggest outreach would be used by the cabal to ship the most, the most financially lucrative shipping containment ever, which is humans.
Yes, sir. Trafficked.
Yeah, that's the apart from
that's what happened to Haiti.
Gold, diamonds, or adrenochrome. There's nothing that's worth more its weight than human beings.
Yes, sir.
On that, but I've got to interject here. We've got a comment from Elusive Exposure.
Oh, yes, Elusive Exposure.
We've got, well, this is how they get it, guys. They mix facts with fiction to basically piss on the overall conspiracy. It's a pro-Trump psyop. Go and look at how much money Trump donates to the Clinton Foundation. Wow.
Right. Elusive Exposure.
That needs addressing.
We need to address that. If that is true.
That is, we don't know about this.
I don't know about that either. I'd have to look it up.
No evidence so far of.
This is why we love the live chat, guys. This is,
hey, listen,
honestly,
none of us here are one. We can be sure about our opinions about what's going on. But if evidence is presented to the contrary, Listen,
We'll go after
we're not-
Trump.
we're not
We'll
even-
go after
we're not
We'll
Trump.
go after him too. Absolutely.
We're all looking for the truth. It doesn't matter what it is.
The only thing we're invested in is getting to the truth.
Yeah, that's it. So honestly, elusive exposure, awesome comment. We're going to definitely
Have
look
you got any
into
links?
that.
Can we
Yep,
get
we're gonna look into it.
That's honestly, I had to scroll quite up the comments for that. That was a good one.
Now-
honestly, great comments tonight, guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
this
big
has been a good time.
Keep popping off. And big up to our first ever guest on live on the show.
Even though we've
Fluid
briefly
Pour
lost
Patriot.
visual, we've got audio on. Fluid Pour Patriot. Excellent.
See, they put a you see what's going on here, how they insurrected us, how the left Antifa, they've done it in your nations as well, but see, in our nation they included a amendment in the Constitution, Amendment 14, and I don't know it verbatim, but what I do know is that there's 3-4 paragraphs, and the second, third, and fourth sections of that declare that during a rebellion or a time of war, and that's what we are, anyone that insurrects, destroys, aids, abets the enemy, causes rebellion, knocking down statues like they've been doing, so on and so forth, they silence themselves forever from here on out, brother. They are allowed to reside in the nation after their terms are allotted in prison, after their sentences are done and completed. They can live here, but they get no assistance from the government. They get nothing. They have no vote anymore.
Am I not right in thinking that as recently as 2 weeks ago, certain states in the US were actually designated as anarchist zones?
Yes, sir.
Namely Portland.
Yes, sir.
Am I right in Seattle?
Yep.
And what was the third one? New York? New York City?
Yeah, I think New York City is one of them. You had certain states like Michigan, because of their governor, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
What happened, for people in the UK that aren't aware of this, is that certain governors, blue states in America, have basically totally rebelled against Trump, and they've allowed Antifa to run riot, BLM to burn places down, to decimate communities. They've refused Trump's help with the National Guard to sort it out, and effectively he's cut them off. Is that a good summary?
Yes, sir.
He's cut them out of the United States.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. And this hasn't really.
I'm not saying that he's cut them out, but what they want. The reason
federal funding anymore.
Yeah, they're not. There's supposed to be a stimulus to help the people, and it was supposed to go out to the people, but they threw the Democrat, the left, they threw so much what we call pork, fat, unneeded crap spending. Like they wanted money for the illegal aliens, they wanted money for bailouts for the states to get their businesses up and running again, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But they said, no, we are not funding you. You have to call us and ask us to come in. That's the federal government versus the state. The state is where the power lies. Okay, the Fed is supposed to be small and over the states only in certain things. You know what I'm saying? When there's disputes between states or they have to go to the Supreme Court. But I got off track and I lose my train of thought sometimes because of my brain injury.
You about the difference between the state and the power of like federal agencies.
Yeah. They just Trump can't just invade. He'd look like a dictator.
Yeah, and that's
he can't just send the feds in.
It's completely different. You know, we have counties.
Yep.
But everything is owned by the Queen, so it's just the country of England. Whereas in America, your states are effectively
like
mini countries in themselves. They can make their own laws.
Yes, sir.
To a certain extent, you've got the federal government which can roll in and rule over, but only if it's.
But they shouldn't. For Trump, for instance, if the state's governor says we resist federal assistance, if Trump was seen just to roll in with the National Guard, he'd essentially be dictatorship. Yeah, it's bad optics. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
so, and it's true that only blue states are the ones that are really subject to the Antifa BLM riots, to the arson attacks, the wildfires. I don't know if you know Fluid Pour Patriot. I got big off this Serco track and trace video, but what I was actually going to make was a video about the California wildfires, and and the arson attacks and the DWs.
Because that's what they were, arson attacks.
That's what they are. And the 14th Amendment says that they are now a part of a rebellion and they have lost their political right as American citizens.
Wow. Exactly.
They should do.
Yes,
they're enemies of the state.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
They should be treated the same as any other terrorist organization, which is foreign.
Yep. Absolutely. Foreign.
Hold on. We got a video.
Oh, my camera keeps going out. I don't know what the heck the problem is.
How do we get rid of that?
We just go to this one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
They're probably shutting it off because of my flag behind me.
There we go. No. Who you got there with you, Patriot? Say hello.
That's my missus.
Is that the Patriotess?
Okay. Yeah, that's the Patriotess. She is my she's my angel, man, for real. Like we've been together since high school.
Oh wow.
A high school beauty, excellent.
Oh yeah. And we're 23 years married now, 30 years together. So
awesome.
Yeah,
strong family unit.
Yeah, I got 3 boys, man. 3 little buggers that I got to help to procure freedom for. Hey, listen, what I think is going to happen though, dude, and this is a bold statement, okay? I think what's going to happen is you're going to see that they tried to bring around a false ending to humanity. And I'm hoping that this is the way it goes. Now, correct me, I might be wrong. I'm not forecasting. But I think what's going to happen is that Trump is going to install the Constitution throughout the world.
Sincerely,
and you guys are all going to have the right to bear arms. You're all going to have the right to free speech. We're all going to be equal, bro. Like it should have been based on the Magna Carta.
Yeah, because that's essentially what's been taken away from us. It goes all the way back to the Magna Carta. You're absolutely right.
We've been robbed. The people have been robbed. It's like freaking Robin Hood.
It's true. You know, you're absolutely right.
But nothing was given to the poor.
No, dude. No. In fact, they stole everything from the poor to include their posterity. They stole their posterity.
The most valuable thing they stole was the knowledge.
Yeah.
That was it.
They hid it.
Oh my god. Right. I've just got a message from the guy, Omar Beats, that makes all of the music on my channel. My good friend. And he's been sending us stuff about Hunter Biden's laptop, which we had on earlier on. You know, he's been giving me the updates. And I've got fact checked recently. I've been going on about this.
I watched it this morning.
Yeah, they fact checked me, or someone was going on about my claim about a blue moon, because this month we have a full moon on the 1st of October, when Boris announced the rule of 666. And the next full moon is on the 31st. And this full moon is called a blue hunter's moon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's once in a 36 year.
That's what I said right at the start.
So we've got this harvest moon event, yeah, and we've got Hunter Biden. Right?
Did you see last night that Hunter Biden's business associate came and did a like 15-minute little speech, and he brought 3 telephones. He brought 3 telephones that have all the communications of Hunter and Joe Biden between them. He knew about the whole thing, man. And Obama knew about the whole thing. They had a plan. They got caught, dude. He gave them communications that prove that Joe knew about the businesses. Joe knew about the transfer of money.
Yeah, and I think now everyone that knew about it, that has any evidence, are scrambling to be on the good side of history. Do you get the impression that there are people coming out of the woodwork saying, yeah, here's a laptop, here are some text messages, here are some mobile phones, I've got them, please don't send me to Gitmo.
Yeah, he says no one has had these phones but me. And he said he'd do whatever paperwork to prove, and handed them over to whomever it was, and now they're in the hands of the people that need to dissect and prove. Listen, I don't know if you know this either, but the FBI, Christopher Wray, had the laptop and all the hard drives of Hunter Biden 1 year prior to now. They had it. They had all that stuff.
It's the MAGA movie. We're watching the movie.
Yeah, man. They had the freaking laptop before they even impeached Trump. The good guys had it. They knew everything. They set him up. That's the trap.
Yeah. And now they've seen in the whole mainstream media, They've seen the fake fucking impeachment. They've seen the fake Russia hoax, the fake Ukraine hoax, and they've exposed themselves.
Was it what
the way they've exposed themselves? Am I right?
Yeah, man. He set them up, and they got it hook, line, and
They
sinker, brother.
They're so stupid. They're so stupid, mate.
See, their arrogance and their arrogance to think that they're better than any other creation on this earth. Their self-service, their greed has caused them to stumble. A fool. They tripped over their own feet. And they took themselves down. That's the art of war. Sun Tzu. Never step in front of the enemy as they're getting ready to hang themselves.
Never stop the enemy when they're destroying themselves. Yeah, that's
art of war, man.
Zoo warfare, bro.
You're gonna see that General Flynn is a hero. Admiral Mike Rogers is a hero. You're gonna see Trump get an Oscar for Best Actor.
It looks like he's about to get a Nobel Peace Prize anyway.
Another one? Maybe one of the four. And they're talking more now because he just made peace with Sudan and Israel. They're doing trade deals now. That came on today.
So we've got United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a fourth.
And he had
there's a Kosovo one as well.
I'm not sure. I don't want to talk on something I don't know for sure, but
you can speculate. You can speculate.
If I was to speculate, I'd say probably Romania. I know that they well, that's getting into something.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
That's to do with Kosovo.
Yeah, Eastern Europe.
Romania had businesses as well.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, there's a lot of unhealed wounds that have been caused by the cabal over the last 30, 40 years.
They used us. They used us. They used the British military, the Aussie military, the New Zealand military, USA's military. They used us to destroy, to go in, to pull oil out of their land, gold out of their land, drugs out of their land. Yeah. They had freaking garden opium fields, and I didn't myself. I never went to Afghanistan, thank God. But there are troops there that guarded opium fields. The CIA was running that those narcotics and the opiates into our nation, bro, through the southern border, which is why Trump wanted that border so badly. Not only that, but he dug it deep enough. He dug it deep enough to cover or to stop the tunnel of trafficking underneath. I don't know if you knew that there were those either.
Yeah. We've looked into that.
The DUMs and the underground systems.
The deep underground military bases. Yes, DUM.
Yeah. That's it.
So it's proposed that the cabal, I've seen the number, I think this is through Q, that the cabal cream off 2/3 of $1 trillion a year in the US economy, which is pumped into these black projects, which is primarily, you've got to imagine how much it must cost to.
A black op isn't just necessarily an assault. A black op can be a setup of a base.
Oh no, yeah, building an installation.
There's so much funding black ops. You can look up the Safari Club.
Black ops, you think of the computer game, and you're like, stuff like that.
Look up the Safari Club. That's a black op.
Yeah.
Safari Club is the CIA in Saudi Arabia, paid for by American CIA, and they held these countries under this spell of corruption, blackmailing each other for money. That's what this whole thing was, man. The cabal. That's all they do. And God forgive me, they're all going to pay with their life, I'm afraid.
Yeah, they need to pay with their life.
And I say that because this is a show of mercy. This is like
interject. If we say they should pay with their life, but if we are truly one consciousness, then that is against natural law.
Hold on.
We have not got the moral right to take anyone else's life, no matter what they've done to anyone else.
This is always
if we are truly one consciousness.
I agree.
Unfortunately, however hard a pill that is to swallow, that's it. No matter one wrong doesn't make a right. So
what he's saying is true.
It isn't.
So do we have to pay to keep them alive?
What they've done, and they will be judged.
This is what they're saying. We have to pay to keep them alive.
Yeah.
Do we have to pay to keep them alive, or do we put them on an island somewhere and let them fend for themselves?
I've heard about a plan for
that's fine.
A place in Siberia.
That's fine.
That's exactly how Australia was born, correct?
Yeah. Apparently.
But now look how powerful Australia is.
I go based I say that based on a scripture, and I'm not 100% awake, guys. So I'm human. I'm not perfect, but I am. Oh yes, I'm honest, and I will always listen open-minded.
Sorry,
Send them to Epstein Island. No, man, that's like gorgeous. I would love to have an island like that where I could be in the freaking Caribbean and just have fun, man. Nothing bad. Tear that damn temple down.
Apparently, he filled it with concrete. I did some research that showed he spent like $250,000 on a concrete tipping truck and a shitload of concrete 2 weeks before the raid.
Same as a Playboy Mansion. Apparently, they've
Oh yeah,
a lot of,
Oprah Winfrey's place. Oprah Winfrey's place here in Boca Raton, Florida, was raided, and they found tunnels underneath her crib. It's unreal, man. Hollywood, satanic cult, Red Ring Society, the Red Shoes. Look it all up. You guys know.
The red shoes.
We have something here called is it the ninth? The ninth with Jimmy Savile.
Oh,
they're disgusting, dude.
It's called the ninth cult. The ninth
cult of I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically they're wizards, man.
Yeah, it's all black magic, pagan.
Aleister Crowley and magic.
And Aleister Crowley was none other than Barbara Bush's great grandfather.
Like the infamous rapper Immortal Technique says, George Bush is the grandson of Aleister Crowley.
Yes.
Never a true word spoken.
But that's just Aleister Crowley. Don't forget, this knowledge was given to him from someone else. It goes.
Oh yeah, it was passed down.
This is more ancient than anyone knows. This knowledge.
Man. Oh yeah, it goes to the fallen angels. Goes to the fallen angels. That's how.
Yeah, the old religion. That's what they call it.
Men of renown.
Yeah.
Yes. The Nephilim.
The Nephilim.
Yes. Hey, listen, Patriot. This is a particular episode that me and Andy have been meaning to do, like taking it right back to Samaria. What it says in the Old Testament about the sons of God that came down to earth and bear fruits with the daughters of man.
Yes, sir.
And where all of this comes from, because a lot of people, that are new to this, that we can't underestimate how many people have woken up to this larger scheme of what's going on since COVID-1984.
They've almost detrimented themselves.
So was COVID?
Let's just go back. Do you think that COVID and the whole lockdown has given? Because this is my observation. It's given people this rude awakening that there's something else going on, and they've been given the opportunity with lots of spare time.
It was intentionally done. Listen, I think that we had an attack. We had an attack with a bioweapon from Wuhan laboratory that was proven funded by Barack Obama, Dr. Fauci, that evil
$3.5 million.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they funded it, and then they brought it in. Now, keep in mind, we had a gun rally in Richmond, Virginia. You'll see videos on my channel about it. I went with the Patriot Hour. We all went down there to see what was going on. We went unarmed. We went in peaceful attempt to just cover footage. And when we got there, there were shooters on the roofs. There were all kinds of different types of round balls. There were towers and things that were all, you'll see it in the videos. It looked foreign. There were many Chinese news agencies there.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so if it was, I'm not saying that's how it got here, but it could have. Because when I got home from that, I got sick. I was down for 3 weeks, lost 12 pounds. I couldn't eat. And I think that's what it was. But I beat it without anything.
Yeah.
Thank God for my immune system.
Yeah. You built up yourself, and there's nothing better. There's nothing stronger than a healthy host.
The more people we can wake, the more voices we can get to make loud, to become loud with the truth and get it out there. The more of them, the sleeping, the brainwashed, the quiet, those people need to wake up
as well. The people that are scared, mate, they're scared. This is what I said in one of my speeches last week. I said you won't underestimate the amount of people that are still carrying on with their masks and everything. But they know in their hearts, yeah, they're not stupid. Most people aren't as stupid as we think. They really do know.
They're just scared of the fine.
They're scared.
They
They're scared of the fine.
Like I said,
They're scared to be called a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist.
They're scared
They're
against the
step out.
narrative. That's
And
what it is.
and what you've got to do is, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to present myself as, okay, I'm a bit militant. You've seen some of my speeches, yeah.
So am I.
Yeah, you've got to be militant. This is a military operation. Am I wrong? It's a military operation.
It's the military of good.
A military of good, a military of righteousness, a military of truth.
Digital
And that's how I
warriors.
present myself. When I do these speeches, I want to say, listen, you can say what you want. Listen to what I'm saying and go and fact check it. If I'm chatting shit, then please get back to me in a self-addressed envelope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not coming from a point of ignorance like yourself. I've done my research. I've read the documents from all of the agencies that are involved in what's going on, from the Wuhan Hoax Organization to the UN to Gavi to ID 2020 to the Rockefeller Institute. I picked them apart with a fine-tooth comb, and I know exactly what's planned. Yeah. So I say, you know, I'm on board with exactly what you're saying. We have to empower other people to be strong enough to say no. I've seen enough to know that this is a fucking lie.
Yeah,
it's a lie.
They've been intimidated. They used this. I think what happened now, Trump administration used this as a tool to awaken, while they wanted it as a tool of destruction.
Yes, it's been doubly used. I'm absolutely on board with that. Yeah.
Duplicity, right? The rule of duplicity, two uses, and you know, everything we're seeing right now. He talks about a two-year delta on the keyboards. Everything we're seeing right now is being shown to us that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So was the impeachment of President Trump really the impeachment of Trump, or was it the impeachment of Barack Obama and his entire presidency?
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. I haven't heard that.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Bold claim. Well, I mean, it's just perfectly feasible.
I'm just saying they exposed it all.
Yeah, because it has already been observed. Every single thing, even to its quite graphic detail, what they've accused Trump of is essentially what either Biden, Obama, or Clinton have been caught.
Deflection.
Yeah, they've deflected it. They've mirrored it, and they projected it onto Trump, or deflected it, like you say. So maybe that whole disclosure program of them incriminating themselves, trying to say Trump did this, Trump did that, with zero evidence, blatantly incriminating themselves, was a warm up to it just being flipped on them.
Yep, absolutely. That's what I think. I think it's awesome because the Word of God says that any tool formed against you will not prosper. If the meek are to inherit the earth, how do we do it if we are being wiped out? What if God used this, their false ending, their plan of destruction of humankind, God's creation? What if they use that and God says, no, you're not going to win this? He comes in and says, this is my ending. This is what I had you designed to take yourself down because of your arrogance and your ignorance.
At the end of the day, we're all here on this. I believe in I don't really know what I believe in, but this is the way that I explain it. We're all here in this realm to learn.
Maybe G1, but my faith is not in Trump. My faith is in God, and that he is a tool of Trump, or Trump is a tool of God. Excuse me. I think Trump was appointed. He's not who my faith is in. My faith is in Jesus.
No. I'm with you. But for me to sort of quantify this, I look at it as like the yin and the yang. Yeah. The yin and yang is all about equilibrium. It's about balance. It's about duality, about the bipolar nature of our existence.
Yep.
The pendulum can swing one way and it can swing the other, but it always swings back. The yin and the yang cannot go all the way white, and it cannot go all the way black. It has to be the black and the white and the white and the black, the good and the bad and the bad and the good.
Yes, sir.
So by the very nature of the universe itself, you know, we can't head much more down the road of fucking global enslavement, because, you know, you might be sat there being free, Patriot. We might be sat here in the UK being free. But like I said in my speeches, you speak to the people in Xinjiang in the fucking concentration camps.
They're not free.
They're not free. You speak to the people starving in Africa that are in these war-torn places put by Western-backed warlords and the financial hitmen like George Soros.
They had to keep us all poor to get us to fight against each other, man.
Absolutely.
They had to keep us strapped so that we would just be fighting to survive.
Absolutely. Big up
And
this Cassie Carnage. What an amazing comment. You guys rock. Every comment on this feed is respectful and knowledgeable. Love this little society in Hyde Park on midday tomorrow. I will be in Hyde Park. I'll be in Hyde Park tomorrow.
It looks like she's throwing a left there as well.
Yes, she is. She looks like she's got a little glove on, MMA action.
Don't fuck with Cassie, guys.
Yeah,
Right
Cassie,
on.
if you see me tomorrow, I'll have the Rise Above t-shirt and the big hair. I'll be filming. I'll have my speaker. I'll be rapping. I'll be doing some COVID 1984 freestyles.
I wanted
So,
to say one thing about what you said in your speech yesterday, man. Calling people sheep is just not going to wake them up, man. We got to meet them at their level. Not everybody's at the same level.
It creates more divide. We should ask them questions.
Yes, that's what makes this great.
Does this seem right to you? What do you think about this? Have you seen this? How do you feel about this? That's much better than saying, have you, like, look at this, fucking, like, you know, read this. You know, don't tell someone. Ask them their opinion. Make them think.
Yeah, we gotta put the information in their hands.
That's it.
That's what we gotta do.
Yeah, that's it. 100% on both sides of the pond. That's what everyone should be doing, because we are all as one.
And do you know what the best thing is? On the way to that speech, I got in the cab, and I had to phone the cab company. I said, "Listen, I'll be getting the cab today, but I won't be wearing a mask. Please don't ask the cab. Just tell the cab driver, etc., etc." I get in and I said, "Hi there, mate." I wound down the window. "Sorry for not wearing a mask. I hope you don't mind." He goes, "No, I don't mind. I hate this fucking thing." I said, "What do you think of what's going on?" Because I wanted to take him down the garden path, yeah. And he said, "I'm not so sure. I think they're lying." I said, what do you really think?" He goes, "Do you really want me to tell you?" And I said, "Yeah, I really want you to tell me." He goes, "I think they're really lying to us. They're faking it. They're faking the numbers." And I said, "I agree. Do you know where I'm going today?" He said, "Where?" I said, "I'm going to a protest against the lockdown and against the fake numbers." And he said, "Really? Do they have speakers there?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to speak." And he's like, "Whoa, where can I get your speeches?" So I gave him my cards. I gave him the YouTube. I dropped a few facts on him. And he's like, "My friend," the guy was from Turkey or somewhere. And he said, "I'm down. I understand everything you're saying. I've already come to these conclusions. I'm very pleased to see young, active people that think the same thing. Please go and speak. I'll check out your YouTube." And I was like, "Yes.
Yes, sir."
Sat on the fence, yeah?
Yeah.
He just needed that little bit of confirmation. I'm not crazy.
Little push over fence.
You know?
They just need respect.
Yeah.
Respect and love, man. Just compassion and love, and we can't keep going this way. We can't keep going the way of destruction, man. The energy we give off is the energy we're going to give back.
100%.
What you sow is what you reap. It's all connected, man.
We live in a vibrational field of energy. And this is what I said in my speech. You know, don't ever underestimate every single little interaction, every word, every conversation you have with someone. Even if you just ask a question, you just plant a thought in their head. You don't have to bombard them with facts. You don't have to, truth bomb them. You don't have to red pill them hard every time. Sometimes it's about just saying, "Oh yeah, but you're pretty smart. Just have a look at this." That is the most. Sometimes that's the most powerful thing. Just to impact. Don't make someone feel dumb. Make them feel too smart to be caught out. That's my motto.
Yeah, man. Put a packet in their hands that have a crap ton of research links. Let them go look themselves.
Yeah.
Encouragement, edification, lift them up.
They have to teach. They have to learn for themselves.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, I will bounce off of here so that you guys.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for connecting. We'd have finished ages ago if you hadn't come in. Right, everyone, please subscribe on YouTube to FLUID POUR PATRIot. I'll put his link in the comments.
Yeah,
you'll see a lot of different stuff on my channel. I do artwork. When I got my brain injury, it went untreated for like 10 years, and I served through the Army with it, and they found it. And my lack, because of the loss, my lack of ability was rebuilt with artistic ability. I never had that before. I could never draw, could never paint, man, but now that's all I do.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
It's been switched on.
Right, well, I tell you what, FLUID POUR PATRIot, don't be.
I have.
We'll back on the show.
Yeah, 100%. We definitely want to get you back on.
Next week, man. We'll have you back on again for sure.
All right. Well, you got my email. It's in the comments, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and double check it. It's dashfamilyemail@gmail.com.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Drop it again in the regular comments when the stream gets posted. Thank you again, Fluid Pour Patriot.
God bless both of you guys, and I hope that one day you guys are just as free as us.
We will be. We're all the
Oh,
same.
man. Bro,
We're all the same.
open the world up, dude.
You're more free than I am.
Each other. Jesus, it's too easy.
Freedom has to be universal, man. It has to
Right
be
on, brother. All right,
Okay.
I don't know how to close this out, so I guess live studio. Yeah, leave studio. All right, guys, take care. God bless you all.
Rise above.
Rise above, brother.
Fluid Patriot.
Right
See
on.
you next time, mate.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
What a
guys,
great chat.
fucking hell,
Awesome.
banging. We're absolutely really happy that Patriots joined in the show. Awesome to have a little insight from over the other side of the pond. And
Absolutely.
obviously, if we're going to talk about Q and stuff like that, it's only fair that we have someone that's living in America, eyes on the ground, ears on the ground. Guys, look at that, 54 people tuned in. 3 hours we've been going. Holy shit.
We've got a little question here.
Let's wrap it up.
From JT quickly. He asks, how do you propose we handle COVID marshals when they're rolled out? They're not going to care about the facts when they're SIA licensed.
Okay, here's what I would do.
£9
If I was going to advise someone, if a COVID, I mean, this is what I'm going to do when I see a COVID marshal. I will stand up on something high and I will shout, there's a COVID marshal. They're going to grasp people up. Everyone look at them, be aware. Now, if you're not me and you don't want to do that, I would say, like, if you see a COVID marshal and they try to come up to you and issue you with some sort of warning or a fine, I'd say, I have no contract with you. You have no dominion over me. Simply walk away and ignore them and just pretend they're not there because they don't have any power over you whatsoever.
That's
Nothing.
it. Just
they have no power over you
acquiesce.
whatsoever.
Don't give them any identification.
Even any questions they ask you, don't answer a single question.
Just say
They
no.
don't. They have less power than a community support officer. They've got no power whatsoever.
Thank you. God bless. God bless.
Fluid Pour Patriot.
Fluid Pour Patriot.
God bless you, brother. Thank you very much.
That's it. Right. Well, I think we've had a
eventful, wow. 3 hours, guys.
Live stream.
I'll tell you what, me and Andy are going to try to do. We'll try and do one of these a week.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and
maybe
do one a week.
Maybe Friday night.
We'll try and do it Friday night. Maybe
Every Friday night we'll do a stream. Guys, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share this. The information is important, and I hope it's been fun and entertaining too. Everyone in the comment section, you've been absolutely amazing. My name is Doris. My name is Doris, number 10. All right, guys, I can stay here all night, but you guys have been awesome. Until next time, please keep sharing the channel. Get me on Twitter. Get me on Instagram. New profile on Facebook. Andy Sheldrake on Facebook. Rise above.
Rise above, guys.
End broadcast.
End broadcast. Till next time, guys.
Yeah, till next time. Rise above.